We're live.
What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. We're just gonna be adding everyone in. Mikey, I'm gonna make you the main host, yeah?
Now make me the co-host. You're not the main host, so you can share.
Yeah, we're gonna check your messages. All right, if you guys can hear me nice and clear, comment below. Comment below. Mikey, check your message.
Yeah.
What's up, you guys? What's going on? How you guys doing? Kevin in the house. David Kamalani. Hamza. What's up? What's up? Mariam. See you guys. Okay, guys, so we are going to just get cracking on, but by show of hands, how many of you have been enjoying this so far? Nice, nice, nice. Kevin, give me, I love your energy, dude. Kevin, give me a little, unmute yourself.
Hey, Shaq.
Hey, Kevin, what's up, buddy?
Hey, legend.
Hey, man. So, Kevin, what country are you from?
South Africa.
Nice, dude. I go to South Africa quite often, actually. My family in Johannesburg and Cape Town, and I've been to Ghana. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
I love it, man. Awesome. What's been your biggest takeaway?
Your determination and your success. So that has helped me, motivate me on my journey. That Shaqir, you can do it, man. And you're a young guy and you've been through all the trials and tribulations. Look how you persevere and look the success that you've left behind and what you're gaining forward, you know. So I always believed in mentorship and coaching because that's how I've succeeded in my life in many ways, from playing soccer to skateboarding to business. And that's really kind of why I've been persistent, because of all the trade secrets that you've been revealing and showing us and taking us down this journey of yours.
I love it, dude.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Who else wants to go next? Just by show of hands. Lance. Lance joined us from the last challenge, and he decided, to upgrade himself and upgrade his future. Lance, what's up, buddy? Can you hear me, Lance? You have to unmute yourself. Just hit the unmute button.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Perfect timing. I just finished all the videos on the challenge before starting the module. So that's exciting right when you sent me the link. So yeah, I'm excited for this.
Awesome.
You have to take risks if you want to be successful in life. You can't let fear hold you back. And as Shaqir says, you have to surround yourself in a circle of people that are going to support you. I have 7 jobs. I'm considered and registered as disabled in my state for epilepsy, anxiety, depression, OCD, really bad dizzy spells, you name it. But I push myself as being one of the #1 pet sitters in my area. I'm an insurance broker. I help run an Airbnb. I do dog walks, I do pet sits, I do Uber, Lyft. I'm a medical underwriter with the state, 15 states, and I'm doing this now as well.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I love it. And you decided to join us last minute, right, Lance? Because you were like, you watched us, you came in through a $7 challenge or a $47 challenge, right? By the way, how many of you guys came in for like $7? Just so show of hands. Okay. How many of you came in maybe for $47 or $297? Okay, cool. Now, again, If you're asking yourself, why does Shaq charge different pricing? Why, guys? It's a marketing experiment. Does that make sense? Okay, you want to write this down. Your success will become much faster if you're able to have different marketing experiments go on. You guys with me? So I have, over the last 12 years, what I've done over the last 12 years, because you see people, I got students that are making their first $5,000 a month. How many of you would love to make an extra $5,000 a month? By a show of hands. By a show of hands. If your video is turned off, give me a thumbs up. Turn your video on if you're just joining. Okay. What about how many of you would like to make an extra $50,000 a month? By a show of hands. Hey, listen, I know how it is when you go to your friends and family and you're like, hey, I want to make 50 grand a month. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to think you're crazy. Yes or no? All right, well, guess what? Guess what? When I started doing it, my friends and family all laughed at me. How many of you believe that you need to be around the right people? Yes or no? Because let me tell you something. When Lance tells me he's got 7 jobs and he says, Shaq, I'm going to join your program. Okay, I say to him, it's a lot of work. But if you do the work, you're going to get results. Yes or yes, guys? Then he comes in, he's getting it. He's got an attitude. He just said he's been registered as someone who's disabled. He's got different jobs. When I message him just to check on his progress, he'll be like, hey, Shaq, I'm doing pet sitting. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And I'm looking at him thinking, what's your excuse? Because here's the 2 things that will hold you back. Fear and excuses. You understand what I'm saying? Some people will be like, hey, I really want to become successful. But then when they get the opportunity, they're like, oh, man, like they make an excuse. Who knows what I'm talking about, right? They get the opportunity of a lifetime and then they say, oh, man, I don't know if I can do this. I know people that have started from the absolute bottom and they said to themselves, I'm going to figure it out. If I don't have the money, I'm going to find the money. If I don't have the time, I'm going to find the time. If I've got doubters and haters, I'm going to find a way. Are you guys with me so far? Okay. And let me tell you something, even for me, all right. So something that most of you won't know, and I'm sharing this stuff with you. I want you guys to understand that I'm no different than you guys. You know what I mean? Like I wake up the same thing. I have challenges and problems, and sometimes I eat too much sweets. Like yesterday, I went to see Dave Chappelle. Anyone fans of Dave Chappelle? I mean, I'm not even into comedy and stuff. And I was like, and then when I found out that they confiscate your phone, they put it in a bag so you can't check your phone for 9 minutes. I was having anxiety attacks. I was like, I don't need to watch no Dave Chappelle. I'm my own comedian. This is crazy. But I sat there 90 minutes. He's making a bunch of racist jokes. I was like, wow, all these people are laughing at these racist jokes, whatever. He's funny. Now, here's the thing. Just a few days ago, whilst this challenge has been taking place, okay, I bought my dream Range Rover. Okay, how many of you know what a Range Rover is? Okay, now imagine the most sexiest one. I'm talking white interior, panoramic sunroof, side step that comes down every time you open the car. It's just a luxurious SUV. Okay, it's my dream car. It's worth, I don't know, maybe 100K or something. It's just under 100 grand. Whilst this challenge has been going on, guys, okay, my car gets stolen. Yeah, right from my drive. You guys see where I'm going with this? Okay, literally in the last basically 5 days, whilst this challenge has been taking place, my car gets stolen. Okay, now I could have whined, I could have complained, but I said to myself, hey, what can I focus on? What can I control? You guys see where I'm going with this? Guys, this is how successful people think. Now, if you don't have people around you that are pushing you every single day, that are bringing you up, then you're going to be sadly being left behind. Who agrees? Okay, and I know what it feels like. Maybe you've invested in a mentor or a guru before. How many of you have done that before? And how many of you have been disappointed by that? Yeah, like I said, first day, my goal is to, this is just a way for me to win your trust and for you to know, like, and trust me, so we can start our relationship together. You understand what I'm saying? And I believe if you pay money, if you invest in yourself, then you're investing in a relationship with me. Yes or no? Okay. And so for those of you who have taken action, you've invested in yourself, congratulations, because you're going to absolutely love this relationship. Trust me, with myself or my company, most people that start with us, like I say, guys, I want to be your last and final mentor. Now, why was I telling you about my wife or my car? I was going to say my wife getting stolen. Thank God my wife didn't get stolen, but my car did get stolen. And here's what happens, right? That, you know, I think the next day I look at my wife and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm just gonna go buy some little Mini Cooper or something, you know, cheap, just a little runaround. Okay. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh man, if I get another car, okay, what if the car gets stolen? You know what I mean? Like I can hear the fear talking. How many of you know what I'm talking about when I say the fear is talking? Raise your hand. Some of you have the fear right now as you're talking to me, as you're watching this right now. So I say to myself, I'm talking to my wife and I'm telling her, hey, listen, I think I want to get a Mini Cooper. I don't know if I want to show off anymore, you know, and she just looks at me and she's like, what are you talking about? Get the money, whether it's insurance pays you out, whatever, you get the money and you go buy the exact same car that you loved so much. And she's like, why are you going to let the haters win? How many of you let the haters win sometimes by a show of hands? You can't have this. You understand? So in my mind, I'm like, I ain't gonna let no hater, I'm not gonna let those haters win just because they stole one car. Who cares? I'm gonna go buy another car. But see, at that moment, okay, if I didn't have my wife tell me that, I could have easily just get stuck in. So some of you, you got these big goals. I want to make $5 grand a month. I want to make 50 grand a month. I want to make 100 grand a month. But your friends and family ain't gonna support you. So what you need, write this down. You need a mentor and you need a mastermind. And most importantly, not just a mentor and a mastermind, you need a master plan. Those of you who have enrolled, I saw your names. You know, I got one guy here today coming in with a 45K wire. I got clients I got Haywood, I saw you coming in. Hamza, if you can WhatsApp me the names, I want to give them a shout out. I know there's quite a few, but maybe I'll just do shout outs for 1 or 2 people that have enrolled, okay? And when I say this to you, about 10 years ago, I went to a conference, okay? I went to a conference and I met a guy who over the last few years, I've helped him, he's helped me. He's become one of my best friends. And let me tell you this, okay? I saw this guy, okay? I saw this guy. He saw me when I was making $300 a day to $3,000 a day to $30,000 a day. And some days when I would make 300 grand a day, he'd be one of those people that I would message. He's seen me have my first $1 million day. Can you guys imagine? Some people want to make $1 million in their lifetime. Okay, all praise to God. I've been able to do that in a single day. Is that powerful, you guys? Okay, so I'm offering my mentorship to you. And today is the most important day. So I want to bring on just 2 quick clients and friends. So let's just start with Rehan. Rehan, are you there? So Rehan has become one of my best friends, and sometimes my clients become my best friends, or some of the people that I meet. Rehan, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hey, everyone say hello, Rehan.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Rehan? Hey, Ray, I know I just asked you for 2 minutes. If you can just like share a little quick story on, you know, we met at an event. You know, you've attended many of my events. You've been part of almost all of the cool stuff that I've done, almost all my VIP programs. But, you know, you've gone from 0 to over $1 million. And then, you know, you've done over 8 figures, over $10 million in sales. So, I mean, just share a little story with us. You know, were you born with a silver spoon, or did you have to actually work hard?
Definitely not. Definitely not. It's been an eventful journey. I started back in 2007, 2008, just like everyone else, turning to the internet, trying to figure out a way, spending hours and hours online up till 3, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning every single night. I probably conclude maybe, I don't know how many thousands of nights, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 nights being up till super late. But anyway, nobody has to do what I went through. I met Shaq, I think 2010. 2010 at an event. I've been fortunate enough to see how Shaq is, how he works different to me. He was making more money than I was at the time. And a lot of times I remember there was times where I was not making a lot. And then he's like, there's this event going on. Hey, you should come, join me. And I'll think back to those early times like 2012, 2012, 13, when I'm like, really? It gave me permission, conviction to go to these events because I never go. Eventually I started to connect with the dots, started to see what's working. I tried a lot of things online, saw what was against my personality, some things I was proficient at, other people were doing things faster than me, some were doing slower, but eventually I realized some things work for me better than they do for others. And I had an agency. I became really good at driving traffic. I was with inside e-commerce in the last 5-6 years. I've been doing that very successfully. It's been a journey and it's been a life-changing one, I'd say to you, because I come on board and I went all in. That's one thing I did. It's like, I can say to all of you guys here, it took me a while to make my first million, not gonna lie. I really did struggle, but I was just doing the wrong things. It's really what it was. Once I identified, hey, this is what I should be doing, this is what works for me, it was just effortless that it kind of become predictable that, hey, every so many hundreds of days we're making a million or so. It has become to that stage as numbers game, right? So I've maintained a really good relationship with Shaq for all these years, purely because I sometimes see the strength in what they have, and they sometimes will compliment my weaknesses. I'm great at some stuff. I'm not great at everything. I'm just good at one or two things. That's all I need to be good at. But sometimes he's consuming way more information than I am, and I'm like, hey, how are you doing it? And I'm realizing his team is doing the implementation, so he can go and consume what you would probably take 5 days to do. He's doing it in a day because he's doing everything else. So the relationship has, let's just say, I'll say this to you, one thing I've learned along those lines: certain people in your life are worth millions and millions of dollars to you over a period of time. You have to be conscious enough to realize who those are. So for me, when I see somebody like Shaq, I'm like, he's worth a lot of money to me, long term. Friends aside, friendship aside, I'm just like,
Guys, I know this guy was my best friend because I had a really great personality. I mean, did he just say it in live in front of everyone? I'm worth
jokes, no, but I mean, like,
millions.
jokes aside, right? Because I've had somebody say that to me, and I was like, wow, I never used to think like that. People are worth X to you over a period of a lifespan. So, like, I'm good in certain areas, and I'll just come and I'll help him out, and I'll be like, hey, this is what I've learned, this is what we learned, this is what was right, this is what was wrong. Implement it into your business, and likewise. But I don't know. Everyone's on a very different journey right now. I always say the next 90 days is a blank canvas, and there's nothing saying you can't go and achieve those goals. Like, it's blank. Just go and scribble out what you want to achieve. You need a pathway there. Even when I get stuck, not gonna lie, I just speak to Shaq. I'm like, hey, I'm struggling, man. Sometimes, and naturally happens. I'm like, hey, I'm just going through this challenging period. He's like, okay, I just tell you what you gotta do. Da 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 da. Even when it came to building one of my funnels,
You got unmuted.
sorry, since I've been in e-commerce for a long time, I was out of the funnel space for some time. And end of last year, I was like, hey man, I want to, I've learned so much. I've spent all these millions on advertising. I want to teach this stuff as well, because not many people know what I know. And I'm like, I need a funnel. I'm a bit rusty. I don't want to sit down and start studying from scratch. I'm like, hey, and he just kind of plugged me into something that was proven, oiled,
And just
working.
let me ask you this, right? Like, how much was the funnel making when I sent you what I sent you?
Let's just put it this way. We're just talking net profit. It probably had done about, just in the last 18 months from the time that you showed me, about 1.8 million, I think, net on that funnel.
Is that cool, you guys?
Revenue maybe 4 or 5 million on that. I don't know the real number. We didn't calculate. We just said, let's just look at what was pocketed. So that was oiled funnel. I adopted and I've adapted, and then I've tweaked it, and I'm still doing it because I believe that one funnel in the next 3 years is probably worth $50 million to myself if I focus. Always just focus one thing. Don't do too many things. Do one thing. One big thing is all you need sometimes. So I don't need all of these extra gimmicks. He was like, just here you go. I'm like, you know what? Thank you. I adopted. I put all my own copy. I did all my own stuff. I put the effort in. So from that perspective, I'm like, hey, he's the fastest. He's fast in that area. So I don't want to have to sit down and lose time of trying to put all the pieces together. Thank you for that. I really appreciate Shaq all the time. And, you know, it's interesting, like this industry can change your life. You just have to go full on board, all in. I moved to Dubai. I live in Dubai. It's amazing. And just sometimes I'll just walk to my window and I'll just be like, I don't have to commute. I can just look out my window, just pick up my laptop. I can do this all day, every day because of the decisions I made earlier in my life. And I decided to just go all in. I'll never look back. And yeah, you're gonna have some bumps and downs in the road. Boohoo, it's life. Hey, it's business. But yeah, that's all I can kind of say. I don't know what you've been teaching for the last hour or so.
No, we just got started, and
Oh,
yeah,
really?
no, I
Okay,
appreciate
okay.
it, guys. Give Ray a big round of applause. Thanks, Ray.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
I'll jump and stay on. I want to chime in, soak in the new info.
Yeah. You should, because this is a proven presentation that I'm gonna share as well. So here's the thing as well, right? Like, what Ray said, he didn't put it into the context I want to put it into, right? So I want you guys to understand. He's been building a different. So, for example, I just came back from America. How many of you guys are Americans by show of hands? Okay, so in America, they have lots of these multi-family unit homes. You know what I mean? Like they have like these multi-family unit homes, 100, 200 apartments in like one flat, one building. Like in London, they don't have it like that. Okay, firstly, we don't have no space. Okay, so let's put that out of the way. And second, like these flats, these apartments that they have in multi-homes versus say London apartments. Now imagine if you build London apartments, okay, and you're building one at a time, and someone like Grant Cardone is building 100 units at a time. They'll have two different backgrounds and experience and expertise, yes or no? So Ray was building his business and his empire in a different world called e-commerce, okay? Now he wants to come and play in our space, the space that you guys want. How many of you guys want to sell digital courses, coaching, consulting, high profit margin? Like I'm talking about 80, 90% profit margin, crazy stuff, right? Now, the industry that Ray was in, at most, it would do maybe 20 to 30% profit margin. So he's like, hey, Shaq, if I come to this, what you got for me? Now I have multiple funnels, right? So if you tell me you want to make 10 grand a month, boom, I'll stick you in this funnel. If you say, hey, I need an extra grand, $1,000 a month, I'll stick you in this funnel. If you say, Shaq, I don't want to use my face, I don't want to make no videos, okay, this is the affiliate marketing funnel. If you say, hey, how do I get, 50 grand a month? I'm going to say what you need is this funnel. Does that make sense, you guys? By the way, that's one of the reasons why we recommend you to book the call, because one size does not fit all. I want to make sure that you're going to get the right program for your needs and your goals. So when Ray came to me and said, hey, how do I come in the info space, in our space, the space that you guys are coming into, and how do I basically grow, even if I'm starting from scratch? I said to him, look, what you do is I got a funnel right now. It's producing around $400,000 to $600,000 a month in sales and about 300 grand a month profit. So about 10 grand a day. How many of you would love a funnel that's doing 10 grand a day? Okay, now let me tell you this, because even Ray, he doesn't understand. He does, but he's one of my closest friends. So I don't care if he doesn't understand, because I'm just going to hook him up. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay, how many of you guys would like to get super rich where you just hook up your friends and family? Okay, I tell Ray something, which is, Rahan, if you like something in my business, just ask. You don't need to say please, just ask, and boom, it's there. Okay, sometimes I'll work on a webinar, guys, for like 3 months, and then boom, Ray's going to say, that's a nice webinar. I say no more. Here's the entire webinar. Yes or no, Rahan? Just give me a thumbs up if that's true. Okay, you already told me that you're only my friend because of millions of dollars. So I need to think that one through. But if you like, for example, I did a campaign, guys. It was called the 5-day challenge campaign, something similar to this, right? Like I spent $5,000 and I made it over $250,000 back. Okay. And my team, by the way, they worked on it for about 3.5 months, right? So guess what I did? Because Ray's one of my closest friends, I just copied and pasted the entire SOP, the entire document, the emails, the copy and paste templates. I just said, hey, Ray, check your email. Boom. I just give him my Trello template. How many of you would love to do something like that? Okay, like you just heard from him. Ray went from 0 to over 10 million. When I met him, by the way, he probably didn't even make $50,000. After knowing me, come to my events, he's done over $10 million. This is no joke. This is like real income. Now, when he comes to me and he's like, hey, I want some of this info business, right? I want some of this money. I'm like, okay, look, there's a funnel there. It's proven. Let me just hook you up. If I just hooked him up with that, it's just saved him at least 4 years because he didn't spend 500 grand hiring people. He didn't spend 500 grand on traffic. He just got a ready-made shop. Does that make sense? It's like instead of him, going to America, learning about multi-family homes, he's just been given a done-for-you money-making funnel. Are you guys with me so far? Okay. Imagine if you were able to have this. This is how I treat my clients. Instead of you spending the next 3, 6, 12 months grinding away, because let's be real, grinding doesn't make you money. Okay. Working smart makes you money. Okay. That deal that I said, when I made over $1 million in a day, it was not because I was working super hard. It was because I went to Russell Brunson and I gave him an offer and then he gave me money. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Okay. But some of you, because of how we've been taught, go to school, go to college, go to university, get a degree, blah, 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 work for 20 years. Okay. Then what? Well, now work for another 20 years. And then what? By the time you're 65, 70, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be driving around a Ferrari and Rolls Royce when I'm 70 years old. Who's with me? I want it now. Okay. I want it now. So first, again, Ray, great job on your success. A new person that side, Lance just spoke. Let's bring on Lisa for a minute or two. Hey, Lisa, how's it going?
Hey, guys. Hey, Shaq, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. Like you came in through my challenge as well, right?
Yeah, about a month ago.
Yeah, and you just came in and you were like from New York. And you just
I am from New York for sure.
So Lisa Cohen, tell us a little bit about yourself and what's your experience been so far?
Well, actually, my legal name is Lisa Lowe. My maiden name is Cohen. You just see me from all of my Facebook posts. I took Russell Brunson's One Funnel Away challenge in June, the 30-day challenge. And it's really hard to, when you work full time, it's really hard to dedicate, every day, midday, an hour. So the first week I was super pumped, got all the books, got all the IP, all the bells and whistles, read them, highlighted them. They're next to my bed. But every day for the last 6 months, I've heard about this guy, Shaqir Hussyin. Every time I would see on social media, once you start, Facebook ads retarget because you've already looked at Russell's IP. And I signed on for Cardone and Tony Robbins and literally mentor after mentor, and I wasn't getting anywhere. And I didn't know if it was my capability. I am fairly successful in my current career, but I want more, like you said. I'm 53. I started consulting for other companies, but something was missing. And I saw your 5-day challenge. And I don't know if you remember, but your automation kept on sending me emails for a past challenge. And I kept on Facebook messaging you saying, when is the challenge? When is the challenge? I'm ready. I'm ready. And for some reason, I just felt like you were the right mentor. Everyone had told me all these years, invest in yourself like a college degree, whatever it is, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, whatever that number is that you can. And not everyone can afford that. And I couldn't easily afford that for sure. But I know that by signing up, I listen to your content. I follow you on all social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. And I just, I signed my first client today.
Wow.
Which I messaged you and said, I don't even know what I'm offering them yet. You said, just take the money and we'll figure it out later. And that's what I did.
Give her a thumbs up, you guys. Give her a thumbs up. Some of you, are always trying to be perfect. Like, why are you trying to be perfect? Why are you trying to? I just realized after speaking for about 20 minutes to Rayhan that all of you can see the entire mess in my background. I forgot to blur it out. And I realized, oh my gosh. And then slowly I moved it like this. And then as I moved there, I thought, you know what? Who cares? Like, no one's messaging. Lance is not messaging me saying, hey man, I don't like your background. Like, it's okay, guys. Some of you, we just try to be too perfect, right? In corporate, or when you're a neurosurgeon, I know we got some doctors in the house, yeah? When you're a doctor, when you have jobs like this, you have to be a perfectionist, okay? When you're doing marketing, you don't have to be perfect, right? So great job, Lisa. That's amazing. On your
but I did want to say something. I'm really not good at being on camera. I mean, I as I got older, I need glasses, and I'm in my car right now because there's a lot of chaos. I have a bunch of kids and a dog and all of that in New York. And the one thing that I want to say to anyone that is on the fence to join Shaqir and his team, Hamza and Reynolds, and I don't even know all the team members because I'm sure it takes a lot to run an organization like Shaqir has built. Just don't think, just do. Just jump at the opportunity, because I can tell you, it has already been life-changing. I'm starting a YouTube channel. My last name is Low. It's called The Lowdown. As soon as I sign up for it, I hope to get tons of subscribers. I don't even know what I'm going to be talking about, but I just want to take action, and I'm going to make mistakes. But, I kind of feel like it's okay to make mistakes. And the biggest mistake I've made all these years is not taking action and taking a chance on myself. I speak 6 languages. I have a degree. My husband's a doctor, but there's so much more to life to enjoy by helping other people. And I feel like I'm on my way by joining Shaq and his entire team. So thank you for the opportunity. I'm very grateful.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate you very much, Lisa, because I remember when you first joined us, right? Like, by the way, guys, I mean, usually I don't say when I try to be a gentleman and I don't ever mention a lady's age, but she said she's 53 years old. She joined my program 1 month ago and she closed the first deal. Guys, give her a big round of applause right now. Come on, right? Celebrate success. In corporate, in all sorts of other jobs, they don't teach you this stuff, right? It's like really, hey, is from what I've seen, they don't celebrate the success that we share with others. So I said to you, when I started today, it's like, look, Lisa's 53 years old. She came in and she went straight. She's like, first she said to me, hey, I've never bought anything from you. I said, most people are like that. She's like, where you go? She went, give me everything. She's like, when I buy something, I want the best. How many of you want the best in everything? Okay. When I want the shoes, I want the best shoes. And I want 5 pairs of them all at once. Okay. Then I come home, my wife is like, what are you doing? And I'm like, yeah, they're really nice shoes. Or my newest obsession, because I'm trying to cut down on material objects, is candles. Okay, it's just weird. I go through these crazy phases. So I'm like different candles. Now I'm like obsessed with different candles. Anyway, so when I'm speaking to Lisa, she was skeptical. She was hesitant, but she'd been seeing my eyes. She realized if she takes action, she can do this. How many of you believe if you take action, you can do this too? By show of hands. Okay, like Lisa, I'm super inspired. I really appreciate it. And I know you don't even get on camera. By the way, I know some of you that you don't turn your camera on. She was that lady. She was at my channel. I'm thinking to myself, why doesn't she turn her camera on? Some people, they don't even turn the camera on. Then they book a call with my team and they say, hey, listen, I trust Shaq. And I say to you guys, right, like, consider me your final mentor. Okay, if it doesn't work with me, then I don't know, maybe try another career, but I'm not going to give up on you. Okay, every single one of you.
But I'm that person, Shaq. I'm that person that keeps on messaging you. You said 1 minute recording, so I'm mindful of my recordings. And I said to you, when you're ready to go, I got 12,000 connections on LinkedIn. Let's go. I want to be your first affiliate. Yeah, because absolutely. like the prior gentleman's, I don't want to mispronounce his name, but Rehan. Like Rehan had said, in summarizing, you have to surround yourself with people that can bring you to the next level and add value. If it's monetary, emotional, physical, they have to add value, right? So when I train in jiu-jitsu every morning, I train with an 8th degree black belt because I'm not there yet and I want to get there. So you might as well start at the top. I absorb your content every night. When I finish my day, if it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I go through the chats, I go through the videos. Even if I've done this challenge, I've watched every single video because there's nuggets that I'm getting from you and from your team and from your attendees, quite frankly, that someone says something where I read over their, assignments and homeworks. I'm like, right, that's great. That's a great thought. I wouldn't be able to do what some of these people have done in a day. And I feel very grateful. And I know that I have a number in mind to get to in 12 months. It's not 1 month. I have a number in mind, and I know with everyone's help, I'm going to get there. There's no doubt in my mind, God willing.
Yeah,
with God's help, of course.
Inshallah, you're going to crush it.
Thank you. Thanks for bringing me on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, guys, let's just give her one more round of applause. Okay, I remember when she signed up, she was one of those, those people that come up like this. They know they want to buy, but they're so skeptical. How many of you are a little bit skeptical? Okay, if your video is turned off, I already know you're one of the skeptical ones. Trust me. Okay, I've been doing this stuff for a very long time. So here's the thing, right? Like, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, number one, you need to be around the right mastermind. Okay, trust me, Lisa is a high earning, high performing lady from New York. She's got the job. People outside look at her and they say, wow, she's successful, but she knows she's got much more potential, much more capabilities, much more to achieve. Okay, the thing is, she can't go to her boss, she can't go to her co-workers and her friends and family and be like, hey, I want to learn how to digital marketing. She signed up 1 month ago. Okay, she went through a process just like this. Today she just closed her first sale. So Lisa, I'm super proud of you. It's been my honor. I see you, I see you, you don't talk a lot in the groups and in the classes, but I see you. So I just want to recognize you. And then let's do this. Hey, Alicia's there. She just joined. Alicia, if you can unmute yourself.
Hi.
Alicia, just give us like a 2-3 minute background of your story, because you also came in similar and you just started with us. So how has your experience been?
It's been amazing. So Where
are you from? Tell us.
So I am in Texas. I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth. I'm Fort Worth, but west of Fort Worth. So that is where I did not know Shaqir. I had not been following him. I did not know who he was. I do know Russell Brunson. I do know what those awards mean. So I think, I'm not even sure how I got to you. I think I saw one of your ads. I saw something, but it resonated with me. And I thought, this is the person I need to take me to the next level. However, I don't have a business yet, but next level meaning that I just gave up a partnership in a medical company because they weren't aligned. Our goals and things weren't aligning. So I stepped out of that. I didn't want to go back to corporate. I could go to corporate, make lots of money, whatever about that. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make sure that I had a hold of my time and then I get to spend it with my kids. So I came across Shaqir. I immediately dialed in, got on the phone. Who did I speak to first? I spoke to someone, I don't remember, somebody of the team I spoke to first, but I knew what I needed. I have already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on other mentors, programs, downloads, PDFs, cassettes, books, whatever you want to say. But I knew that those awards that he had, that is directly correlated with taking action and growing and knowing what he's doing. And so I got on the phone. I said, I don't want another PDF. I don't want this. I need you to kick me in the rear end. I need someone to hold me accountable. I need you to push me forward to go through with my idea and help me put a framework together. So for all you guys that are new, like I've dabbled in other things, in the past, but this is something new I want to do. I want to take a skill set, something that's been implanted in me for a long time and put it into a course. So I didn't have a framework. I had an idea. And so he has helped me craft it. His team has helped me put things together. We've sat on multiple calls, lots of messages back and forth. Here's my idea. Here's how you should tweak it. And I am light years away than what I've ever would have been if I would have just tried to do it alone. And the first thing is you can't do it alone. You've got to sit in the right room with the right people to make things happen. And just being in the group that I'm in, I've now surrounded myself with people that are at ground zero like I am. Lisa starting, already made her first sale, to people that are already making millions of dollars a month. So I get to be around and hear, and that verbiage and that mindset just starts getting fed into and planted into you. So it's by far, I would have paid 100 times over what I did. And let me tell you what I did. I went into my 401k to do it. Because I was like, I'm going to make this happen. I don't care. I will spend all of my 401k and feeding money into this program and really helping myself grow, investing in me, than stepping back into corporate. And so it's been an amazing ride so far.
And Alicia, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, because sometimes I'm so inspired. I just want to talk more about this stuff. But you said like your husband wasn't even supportive, right? Because you had tried lots of different things before. And then he was like, is this one of those things? And, you know, and I said, hey, put your husband on the phone. If I feel like it's not, then I'm going to say it's not for you. If your husband has any questions, I'm here to answer. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, you know, Mike is a numbers guy. He's a banker. And so all he sees is dollar signs flying out of the account, and it dwindling and it not going up yet, but it's just taking that leap of faith. And so, you know, I asked him just to trust me and trust my decision in Shaqir. And he offered, he said, you know, let's get on the phone with them. Here's, you know, what he asked, you know, why is he holding back, or what are his reservations? And, you know, because he, like Shaqir, when you're an entrepreneur, you're a serial entrepreneur, you've done all kinds of things, but each one have led you to something else. And so, yeah, Mike was not a big supporter. Now today in his text message, I told him about our update, Shaqir, from today's call and what we went and how we like nailed things down. And he said, I have no doubt you're going to kill it. And that was his message today.
Wow. And just on a personal note, because I might as well just ask anything that's on my mind, what the heck not? Even sometimes when you feel, oh, Shaq, but I'm stuck with this, or I'm feeling a certain way, whatever that case is, you know, you have the ability, being in my inner circle mastermind, right? Being in my inner circle mastermind, you have the ability to literally just drop me a WhatsApp message. And you actually did that today. And, you know, I responded
absolutely
with a voice message.
Yeah, I was stuck. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I have been feeling stuck. And he sent me a voice message on Thursday, and y'all did not reply till today, not because I was ignoring him, but because I was trying to figure out what is going on. Why do I feel like I'm cemented into the ground? And through just really taking time into myself and looking in, it was doubt. It was self-doubt. Like, I know I've got this skill set. I've done amazing in the out in the CEO world and all that stuff, but jumping into something that relies on me and then my family's going to rely on, that doubt started to creep in, and it just sunk me. And in one, I think it was a 45-minute call today with our team, I got unstuck, unplugged, and now I've got wings. I've got an actionable steps, and I am excited, and I'm moving forward. I've got my momentum back.
Absolutely. Guys, let's give her a big round of applause. Go, 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 go. Alicia.
Yay, me. I'm unstuck. Yes. Yeah. If you have any questions or doubt, you know, like I said, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on everything that's out there. And this by far, if you're looking for action and really looking to move yourself forward and wanting to take the skill set that you have, the message that you have that the world deserves to hear, this is his team, his professionalism, and then his processes and what he's already done, and the amount of people that he has. Like I said, it's the table and the rooms that you sit in that make a huge difference.
100%. And trust me, Alicia, what it is, and obviously I'm talking to Alicia while I'm talking to everyone, sometimes you just need one thing, and it's like that one thing can be like, you know, it's like that, you know, you heard from Rehan. He was successful already. You know, he came to our events, my mastermind, you know, we became friends, we became best friends, we traveled around the world together, we've spoken on different stages. Now he was building, like in America, I was talking about the multi-family homes. In London, you don't have that. So imagine I'm building, you London homes, and he's building a completely different thing, which is multi-homes like in America. So he's from the e-commerce background, right? And now he's like, hey, Shaq, I want some of your money, meaning like he wants to get in our industry, coaching, consulting, course creation, challenges, webinars, 80, 90, 100% profit margins. Okay, that's our game. Here's from the e-commerce space where you're selling physical trinkets and lotions and potions and 10, 20, maybe 30% profit margin. So when he came on, instead of him spending 5, 10 years, I literally just gave him a proven funnel that's already doing about 600 grand a month in sales, 300-400 grand a month in profit. So he can just take that fast track. Does that make sense? Is this powerful stuff, you guys? If it's powerful stuff, comment below right now in the chat box. This is powerful, okay? Because listen, like you, I went to school, I went to college, I went to university. None of those things taught me how to become financially free. In fact, when I was 21 years old, or 19 years old, before I go into real entrepreneurship, I met a guy in a place called Brick Lane. So how many of you know kind of like Southside Chicago? How many of you have heard of Southside Chicago? Okay, so anyone Southside Chicago, like the ghettos? Okay, in London, where I grew up, it was a place called Brick Lane, okay, in East London. And I remember meeting this dude on Facebook. Now imagine this, back then, not many people were on Facebook alone. So this was about 10, 12 years ago. So I meet this guy and he tells me, if I meet him in the restaurant, in the basement of the restaurant, then he'll show me how to make money with an MLM program. How many of you have heard one of those pitches before? Anyone? Now I'm like, 19 years old, I'm fat, I'm broke, I got no confidence, but I need to make some money because I'm really broke. So this guy comes along and he pitches me and he sells me my first ever MLM program. For me, I couldn't care less. It was like, I was happy someone was showing me an opportunity. Are you guys with me? Okay, some of you, what you need in your life is you need someone to give you an opportunity, and then you need to leave and divorce your stories, your ego. You just need to put that on the back burner. How many of you agree? All these excuses like, I don't know, I don't know what my girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife is going to say. You need to like put those stories aside. I don't know how the government's going to react. Who cares? Or I don't know if I have the time. How many of you will make those excuses? I don't have the time. I don't have the money. You just heard from Lisa. She's 53 years old. She's got dog animals to care for and kids. And look at Alicia, but they're out there making it happen. So about 10, 12 years ago, I joined, and this gentleman I'm going to bring about right now is a super special person, just like all of my clients become absolutely special and amazing to me, okay? Because I see stuff inside of them that sometimes other people don't. Do you understand what I mean? Okay, like I see a sparkle in their eye, some greatness, I see something, and I saw this gentleman 10 years later come to me for help. You guys with me so far? Is Jamal there? I don't know if Jamal is here.
I'm here, Shaqir.
Jamal's always there. Like if I message him anytime, any doesn't matter how busy he is, that's true love. Everyone say hello, Jamal. All right. So Jamal, why don't you share your story with us, brother?
All right. So hi everyone. Where is everyone on the journey? Are they all your new batch or?
Yeah, they're just starting off. Some of them are some of them are just starting off. Some of them are already making money.
All right, awesome guys. First things first, you're in for an amazing journey, and all you got to do is keep it simple. And I'm going to start off a little bit on a different note today. It's because this is something that Shaqir has been telling me, and I had to learn this lesson the hard way. So as some of you might know, or Shaqir knows, I've been really struggling for the last 2 years with this property I bought, and I've had floods and one thing after another, and it's drained all my money. I think the only thing that's keeping me going is Shaqir's program, helping me find new clients. But anyway, listen, I've been staying in here with my wife, with my newborn baby, who's now 7 months, and my 2 cats for the last 18 months, I think. It's only last weekend I moved out into the actual house. But while I was staying here, one of the things I did was I treated my missus to a new kitchen, right? And in the kitchen, we bought this stainless steel, state-of-the-art Fisher Paykel hob And the hob, when the builders are working on it, they taped it up with something and they left a lot of residue on it, and the stickiness wouldn't get off. So they said they couldn't get it off. I hired professional cleaners to come and get it off. They couldn't get it off. Then I hired a specialist to come and get it off. And they said it can't be done. The only way to do it is to scratch it. So not taking no for an answer, I went and I thought, let me try something myself. And I went to the $99 store or the 99p store, and I bought white vinegar, sprayed it, left it on for soak for 24 hours, and it came straight off. Now, how am I sharing this story with you? Because Shaqir teaches us, keep it simple, right? And when you keep it simple, you just apply the basic principles, everything makes sense. When I first started his program, it was at the peak of the recession. Now I'm in B2B, so I was servicing clients for data protection, GDPR. By the way, if you need GDPR for your new businesses, get in touch. Plug that in there. That's another thing Shaqir teaches you, is unashamedly promote your business. Make sure you're always keeping it simple. So keep it simple is the first key. And that's the best thing about Shaqir's program. Look, I come from a very technical background. We do lots of technical work, and we always end up overcomplicating things. And when I first came across Shaqir's program, I thought, nah, this is so simple. How is it going to work? I'm in GDPR. I deal with complex laws all over the world. This is far too basic for me. And man, was I wrong. But long story short, I lost all my clients overnight because it was like, look, we can't even pay our own staff for putting them on furlough. There's no way we're going to keep on external consultants, and data protection isn't really a thing. Everyone's just trying to survive right now. And so overnight, I pretty much lost every single client. I think I only kept like one charity who was paying me next to nothing. And it was just keeping the bank running, but there was no money there. And I took one of these bounce back loans, and I had 30 grand. I needed 20 grand of that for my house, and I had 10 grand left. I said to my missus, I'm going to go in all in with Shaqir. All the stuff he said is pretty simple. If I can do all this stuff, I can do this. And it was such an amazing journey. One of the things I learned early on is Shaqir says you have to sell to the emotion. And I found it a struggle selling to the emotion because I wasn't even getting sales calls, forget trying to find the buyer. But with B2B, there's always a process. You don't always end up speaking with the decision maker at the beginning. So he said, listen, you need to keep things single. You need to find a way to appeal to the emotion of the person who's making the decision. And that gave me a great idea. And inspired by Shaqir's Wealth Academy, I created the Privacy Pros Academy. And it took me 9 months to do my first 100K. And this year, we've done our first 100K in 7 months. Alhamdulillah, all praise to God. And now, the thing is, the B2B consultancy business died, right? So I've been working on the coaching business. And I'm coaching people now from the big four. One of the things that Shaqir has really helped me with is positioning myself as the go-to authority. The BBC give me interviews. They call me the king of data protection. You can catch them on YouTube, by the way. I get people from the big four coming to me for training now. And it's actually being sponsored by PwC, by EY, by KPMG. I've had the Saudi city of Medina University reach out to me and say, hey, GDPR is coming in. We need a specialist. We see you're the best guy in the field. We want to come to you. And actually, just this morning, Shaqir, I haven't shared this with you yet, but I had Rwanda, the country of Rwanda, the Rwanda Social Security Board has been in the 3rd meeting with me today, and they want me to go and help them to transform their program to look after the population of 11 million people. They have 13 million people, 2 million people have left the country. The rest of the 11 million people, they want me to go in and put in place a data protection program. And that deal, inshallah, if it goes through, is going to be for $350,000. So this is what's possible when you go through Shaqir's program. Do your best, God will take care of the rest. Keep it simple and take care of it. The other thing I said with Shaqir the last time I came on this was through the coaching work, you actually build a really powerful network. And when you help people, when you really help people, they will go and tell other people. And that's going to bring you the bigger deals. So Rightmove, I think, is probably in like one of the most visited websites in the UK. They get 100 million visitors every month. They asked me to come and do a consultancy.
You Americans, you guys know Zillow? Zillow, the real estate thing, the real estate website in the UK is called Rightmove. So they will all know it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they've asked me to come and do some work. I went in there, I did the stuff, then we had a workshop. I used all of the communication skills that Shaqir teaches on the program, all the soft skills, and now they want me on a retainer. So we're just sorting out the deals for that. But these are the kind of companies, if you can have them on your website, if you can have them giving you testimonials, it really starts building that traction. And what you want to do is create that snowball effect. And the only way to do that is to keep it simple and follow the steps that Shaqir and the people on his team give you. And if at any point you get stuck, all you have to do is reach out. If you're in the program and you're a little bit stuck, or you're not getting the results that you see everyone around you getting and the results I'm speaking about, it's because you're stuck on the same thing. You need to look at it a different way. And sometimes to look at it a different way, we just need to pick up the phone or book a message with Shaqir or Reynolds, or just join one of the classes. Every time I'm stuck, you'll see me for 2 weeks. I go to every single class and I come away, and then I go away, and then I'll come back and I'll do one of these and I'll tell you, I've had this amazing result, and then I'll move a little bit further and then I'll get stuck. No matter where you are in your life, you will always come across problems and you'll get stuck. The challenge you need to ask yourself is, do I want to have a $30 problem, or do I want to have a 300 grand problem? Right? And when I first came across Shaqir, I was struggling with £300 payments. Now I've got a problem where if this deal goes through, I've got a 350K problem and I have to find a team and I have to go and deliver it. But I would rather have this problem than the problem I had 2 years ago prior to joining the program.
Who wants to have those kind of problems? Those are called rich man problems. Today, a guy is sending me money for a 100K program. And by the way, I'm not pitching my 100K program. After today's guy, I'm like taking a break. But today, guy, he's an American dude, literally just met me at an event. Today, he sent me a big wire. And, my challenge to him was, what bank account am I sending this to? And then he's at his bank and the lady is saying, what's the name of the bank? And I'm like, I don't know, because I don't even deal with this. Someone else from my team. So how many of you, this is what I call rich man problems. How many of you would like to have rich man problems? Trust me, I've been poor where I would go to a restaurant and look at, the menu, but only look at the prices from the menu and then order. Okay. Now, when I go, you don't want to know what I do. But anyway, let's just say.
Now, Shaqir invites all of us to go and party with him.
Yeah, that's what I do. Okay. And, the last thing I ever look at is basically the price. Okay. And again, it didn't happen overnight, but it did happen. And I want to say something really publicly, Jamal. I'm super proud of you. He's so humble. He didn't say this to you guys, but he actually generated over 250,000 pounds. Okay. Basically almost all of it profit. I think he's got one person in India that does his sales. He said he pays her like £400 a month, $500 a month. And how much money have you spent on paid ads?
I haven't done any paid ads yet.
Yeah, that's the part that I love and hate about it. Okay, why? Because if he just listens to me a little bit more, okay, some people, they don't listen. Okay, he listens, he only listens to like 10% of what I tell him. If he adds in paid traffic, he's gonna 4x. If he 4x's, boom, he'll have his first £1 million year. Okay, and then that's going to be his next step. After that, if he builds a team, because he's still a little lone man, or like a couple of people, maybe he's got his friends and family helping. Once he gets his team, this industry is easy, 3 million to 10 million a year. I mean, look, the BBC. So for you guys in America, you got Fox News. Okay, so you got CNBC, right? In the UK, we have stuff like BBC. Okay, guess what happens? BBC calls him the king of data privacy. So imagine now on Fox News now says, Alicia is the queen of sales. Hey, she can go around and she can sell anything, right? So guess what, Jamal, so that's one. Second thing is, Jamal just sent me a message saying, Shaq, I've invited you to come and speak at, sorry, is it Cambridge or Oxford? Cambridge. Okay, so how many of you have heard of Cambridge University? So some of you have no idea what that is. Okay, so in the UK, sorry, in the USA, what's the top university? Harvard, Yale, stuff like that. Okay, obviously I'm a university dropout. Now, guess what? I've just been invited because of Jamal's connections to go and speak at Cambridge University. I mean, between you and me, I don't even care. But guess what? I know when I go there and I send a video clip and I send it to my dad, it's going to make my dad's freaking day. It's going to make his entire year. He's going to be more proud that I'm speaking at that than the fact that I made 10, 20, 30, 50 million dollars. He don't care. He's going to take that video and he's going to figure out, he's going to get his phone and he types like this, you know, and he's going to message all of his friends and all of his boys and say, look at this video. Jamal, so count me in. I see you this Saturday. And again, I appreciate you. Much love for you and your family. Assalamu alaikum. God bless you. Bye. So guys, you know, this is what I mean, right? Like I didn't pay Jamal to come on. I don't know if Rehan Hassan is there. I didn't pay my friend to jump on, or even Alicia or Lisa. These are people from all over the world. They got family, they got stuff to do, but they show up because they're like, yo, if we want to support Shaq, this is how we're going to do it. Boom, they come in. Does that make sense, you guys? So listen, I'm super pumped. If you haven't taken action yet, make sure you go to funnels.com/VIP. Samin or Hamza, Reynold, please drop a link here right now. We want to make sure that those who are serious, they're going to get started. Please make sure that you take advantage of this. Each month, we don't for this program, this specific program, we don't take in on hundreds or thousands of clients. Okay, so like my sales function, I'm sure I can put in 300, 500, 1,000 people, but for these VIP programs, we take on 10, 15 people at a time. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Take massive action. And here's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, Mikey, you got that? So that was Q&A testimonial version 1. Okay, how you guys enjoying this so far? Okay, cool. What I'm going to do is I have the presentation from day 5, okay, pre-recorded. Now, me and my team are going to be live, but I thought, you know what? Let's play this because this is what's going to really help you. It's already structured in a very efficient manner. So with that being said, I hope you enjoy this. And guys, listen, if you struggle to sell, okay, you're not going to see me dressed up professionally, you know, where you're going to be able to study the art, science of influence, persuasion, marketing, sales. How many of you would love to get a masterclass in this? Okay, let me tell you this. When I launched this offer, by accident, it's generated well over $1 million. I don't want to even tell you the real number because that's not important. Because most people here, if you made an extra $1 million cash in the bank, it would probably transform your life. Yes or no? Yes, anyone? I know you guys want to get to 10 million. All right. Well, here's the, watch this and study this. So Mike, if you can take it away. Mikey.
What's a funnel?
Funnels are the future.
Funnels.
Funnel agencies.
Funnel.
This is the next evolution. Me and Alex online using funnels have generated over 1 billion in sales.
Shaqir Hussyin.
I feel like this is like he's telling me
Pat
about all stars in a
Popius.
sport I don't follow. Shaqir, Pat, I know those dudes.
Yeah, these guys make 3 to 7 million a month.
Jesus, that's a lot of money.
Hey, what's going on? I just want to leave this short video testimonial from my good friend Shaqir. Working with him, you know, we have grown our coaching business so quickly and so efficiently like I never thought so before. I've had a lot of these coaches and consultants as my clients, and I've had a lot of them as my mentors, and I can speak to Shaqir Nassim being up there with the very best. When I made the decision to work with him, it was a no-brainer, and I'm forever grateful for making that decision. Whatever it is that you need, whether it's frameworks, whether it's systems, processes, mindset, whatever it is, him and his team give you, they give you absolutely every single tool that you need to succeed. I'm personally extremely proud to call Shaqir my mentor, but most importantly, I am extremely proud to call him my friend. And I look forward to continuing to grow our coaching business with him and his team. And I also look forward to maybe one day setting up businesses with Shaqir. But guys, if you're watching this video and you're on the fence, bet on yourself, because Shaqir will give you the roadmap to success. If you put in the action and you're ready for somebody who will give you the keys to unlocking your future, Shaqir is the guy. Don't sleep on this. Get in on his programs because it's truly unique, guys. So hopefully this helps you sway your attention towards Shaqir, and yeah, you'll never regret it. So Shaqir, I love you, man. I'm always here for you. Thank you so much.
He talked to me and I listened, and now I have the results to prove it. I posted it on Facebook today. I got over 250 plus leads in one day, in less than 24 hours, and 3 sales. That has never happened to me before, ever. And I'm so thankful that I listened to you, Shaqir. You're awesome. I recommend you 100%. Shaqir will deliver. Absolutely and completely. I'll put all of his information below. And I just wanted to say, Shaqir, I love you. You're a rock star. And I thank you that I don't have to struggle anymore. And that means so much to me and my family. And I thank you for honoring my heart.
He was my very first coach. Ever since I've struggled online for roughly 2 years, I've lost probably close to $70,000, but I never gave up. And that's something I want to tell all of you. Never give up, because now I've made over $20,000 in sales for consulting in copywriting and Facebook. Now I have 2 pending contracts with very large B2B companies at $500,000 in sales. And in my very first 30 days, I made $4,600 in consulting. So if I have to recommend anybody for you to work with, it would be Shaqir Hussyin. And I really hope you get inspired to never give up and to follow your dreams. Thank you.
Shaqir Hussyin, I have met at a marketing conference in the wealth community, and this man is full of life, full of energy, full of enthusiasm. He is definitely a strong leader. He has risen above the rest, and he's definitely risen much higher than you are, and you want to be lifted up with this man because he can bring your spirits up and give you the passion and the purpose that you need to bring yourself up into the world of the wealthy elite. And it's not just about being rich, it's just about, you know, giving back, because he's a giver. So I definitely recommend you getting involved with Shaqir. Couldn't vouch for him more than enough for a leader to follow.
I have to say that Shaq has been, for me personally, one of the most informative. He had some phenomenal training. I learned a lot from him. But one of the coolest things about Shaq is that you can learn from him on a stage, you can learn from him from his emails, his trainings. But when you actually sit down with them and ride like a 45-minute bus with them, or sit down with them at dinner, that's when I personally have actually learned the most. Yes. He's just a giving guy, and one of the things I like most about Shaq is his goal is to make you better off after leaving the conversation.
He does.
And I really believe that you can do that. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, so I've been focusing on data protection, and I'm actually really good at what I do. And over the course of last year, I think it took about 11 months, I validated the offer, and I got to a point where I think in around November last year, I did my first 100K. What that really helped me to do was to get better at delivering and also get better at organics. Shaqir and Reynolds, they helped me put a script together, understood what my client avatar is. And then what I started seeing is I'm now attracting high performance professionals. And that has helped me to generate a lot more interest, tap into those people's networks, and really start having more conversations. And these are all like high executives from all over the world coming together. And I've created this community, and that's the selling point. And it's really helped me to take me to the next level. So this year, 8 months, we have done, let me share my screen. So this year we've done 150, well, this is how much we've sold. This is how many offers I've gone out. So we've done 130 grand this year. This quarter, we've done—
how much have you done so far?
130 grand cash collected this year. So we hit 100K within 8 months. Last month, I actually did our best month ever. There's a graph here that shows that. So here you go, you can see that. So we did 48,350. That's the best month.
I launched this 5-day challenge. As you know, sometimes we charge, $7. Sometimes we charge $47. Sometimes we charge $297. Rohini comes along, okay? And I'll tell you this, because I have programs that are $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. I remember people's names and faces very well, okay? So I know she didn't buy any of my programs, okay? She didn't buy any of my books. She didn't come to any of my live events. She literally just joined this. And today, she decided to enroll in my Diamond one-on-one program, okay? Yeah, give her a big round of applause, okay? And I want to recognize her because it's not like she's coming in and she's working her way up. She's like, hey, man, actually, let me just unmute her and then she can share her story. Go ahead, Rohini.
Yeah, like I told Shaq when I spoke to him this morning, I had a health tech startup, which is still up and running, but I lost everything due to a hostile takeover. And literally like Steve Jobs. They fired me in November last year, and everyone's like, you'd be like Steve Jobs 2.0. And I kept telling them, I'm like, unlike Steve Jobs, I didn't come out with any money out of my company because they took all of the IP and I literally lost everything. And then I decided, okay, what next? And because I had my own company for 7 years, I couldn't go out there and get a job because it just wasn't me. So I then decided I wanted to learn a little more about sales and marketing because it's not my expertise. I'm an IT consultant. And then I did Neil Patel's like a 3-month internship with his agency. And then the next thing I was like researching a little more about marketing, and I learned, saw a little bit about funnels. And then I Googled, funnel builder, and Shaq's ad came up on Google. So I didn't I'm not a social media person, so I didn't see his ad on Facebook or anything. And so then I opened his page and I looked at it and I'm like, okay, maybe this could be a thing. Because I can tell you one thing, like in New Zealand, funnels are not a common thing here. It's might be the beginning of things, but you look at every digital marketing agency and nobody's doing funnels, right? So yeah, and then I looked at his courses and I contacted him last week and I'm like, how much does this cost? And for everyone on here, right? So for me personally, I look at this as an investment, right? I mean, and hey, you can write it off as a business expense. And I'm literally mortgaging my house to do this because I didn't get paid the $1.2 million that my company owes me. But I believe, this is the right thing for me. And like I told Shaq this morning, it's not just about the money, but it's also about making sure that it's the mentor you can work with. And having listened to him for the last 4 days, it is someone who I can actually work with for the next 12 months because I believe he will get me from where I am and get it across the line for me. Because I'm at a place, and like I told him this morning, I don't even know what I want next. I don't even know where I fit in. I'm like literally stuck. And that's, how like this is almost like my rebound thing. And I could get out of this whole rebound state. But yeah, and this is why I've taken the jump and doing it. There you go. Maybe it will be like Steve Jobs 2.0.
You guys, and by the way, yeah, I just want to say, the diamond package is now off the table, just so you guys know. Basically, I don't offer any payment plans, and I opened up literally one spot, and Rohini has taken it. So give her a big round of applause, guys. Is that cool or what? All right, so we talked about the mini VSL call funnel, okay? So I'm going to walk you guys through the different funnels that we've used in our business, okay? So first one is the mini VSL funnel, VSL mini webinar funnel, okay? Now what the VSL mini webinar funnel is essentially when people come in, they opt in, they get a free guide, or they get free report, free ebook, free something that they get for free. Now, why do we give them something for free? Because we want to build trust and authority. Okay, I'll tell you this right now. Most business owners that we speak to, they have no authority. And you could be just like Rohini. She said to me, hey, just so you know, she doesn't want to be like a social media guru, okay? So I already know the funnel that I'm going to build for her and the marketing plan I'm going to give to her, the automation that she's going to get, so she doesn't have to be on social media all day long. Are you guys with me so far? Okay, there's this myth, okay? Like I said on the first day, guys, I don't even post on my Instagram. Anytime I post, okay, my assistant Judy, she'll message me and be like, this formatting is wrong. You don't know how to post on Instagram or something like that. So I never ever post on my own Instagram. Okay, if you see my TikTok, I'm pretty sure there's like 100 videos. I have a system where my team member will come in, he will slice up my YouTube videos, and then he'll publish it online. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? So that means what I can do is focus on one thing, which is my genius zone, okay? And too many of you here right now, what you do is you focus on everything but your genius zone. Imagine in your business, you did nothing except for the things that made you money, the things that made you fulfilled, and helped your clients. Okay. Now, some people are like, yeah, but you know, doing digital marketing and all of this stuff is not my passion. You know, I always tell people, and this is not advice that people want to hear. It's like, you know, going to the gym. Everyone knows we should work out. Everyone knows we should go to the gym. But if you tell someone, hey, you really need to go to the gym, no one really likes hearing that advice. Okay. It's like, no one really likes hearing it. Okay. But it's the, so for me anyway, I needed to hear the advice. And then I realized, even if I join the gym, okay, how many of you have ever, so I don't want to feel alone. How many of you have ever joined a gym or a dance class or a boxing class or something, and then you just never show up? Okay, I have paid endless programs, whatever. And what I found is this concept called inevitability thinking. So I want you guys to keep this in mind. Imagine you are here right now. You're here. You're here. Okay? You want to get to this goal of yours. Goal. Here, there is multiple steps to achieving your goal. Okay? Now, what most people try to do is they try to do one thing by themselves here, and they'll go through the journey and then they fall off. Then they try something else. Then they go again, and then they try something else. They go again. They try something else. They go again. They try something else. They fall. They stop. Blah blah blah. And then now all of this just takes up years and years and years. Suddenly, 5, 10, 20 years later, guess what happens? They're doing the same thing with no growth. How many of you have experienced that before? Okay. And I say this with love, but I also say this with tough love. The reason is, in my early 20s, I was very fortunate to become a speaker. You know, one of those speakers that sells on stage. So I used to do that when I was like 21 to maybe 23, 24. Then I realized, okay, I'm speaking on stage with a bunch of other speakers that don't really have an online business. All they do is speak and sell. I'm like, these guys are just clowns. I don't want to be a clown. So what I did was I set up my own live events company, doing in-person events. We did over 100 events, impacted a lot of people, blah, blah, blah. During this time, I had the good fortune of meeting people that were usually they were in the late 30s, they were in the 40s, they were in the 50s, and some of them were in their 60s. And the number one thing that they basically came, I mean, there's so many things that they said. The first thing they always was like, how on earth did you do all of this at such a young age? Okay, they would immediately say something nice like that to me, and then they would immediately shut themselves down by saying, hey, I did this for 10, 20, 30 years, and these are the results I've got. Does this make sense, everyone? Is this making sense? So it's like, maybe they were a teacher, or they had a business, or they had a small business, or they tried like one thing, and you know they've just been stuck in it. And I remember this gentleman called Bob. He was like one of the nicest guys. Okay, he was Canadian, so Canadian people are nice in general. So he was like, you know, nice, and then he was like super, super nice. And he brought his like 18-year-old son to me. Okay, this is what usually they do. They bring the sons, and they want me to mentor the sons and mentor them. And so Bob tells me, he goes, he used to work for Ford for 35 years. Okay, that's 3 decades. That's like older than me. Okay, and he said basically when he left, he realized that he was just a cog in the machine. Okay, he was just a cog in the machine. And it's only when you come out of something and you get some sort of mentor, some sort of system in place that gives you a fast track, then can you realize, okay, the journey that you're on. It's the same thing. People that, you know, have been in abuse. I used to know this girl, she was in an abusive relationship, and I used to know her very, very well because she basically worked for me. She worked for me for about 5, 6 years. She was my personal assistant, then she became my executive assistant, then she did my events and blah, blah, blah. Probably after like 6, 7 years, so 5 years she worked for me, 2, 3 years later, so about 6, 7, 8 years later, I find out that she was in this crazy abusive relationship. And I was like, oh my, I thought you had a really good, you know, relationship with your partner, and they had a bunch of kids and whatever. And she herself didn't know that she was married to a narcissistic, abusive man. Does this make sense, everyone? But when she left, then she could look back and connect the dots. There's this famous saying, like, Steve Jobs said, I can't remember it now, but it's like, to go forward, you need to look back and then connect the dots. Anyone heard of that one before? Okay, so why is this funnel, I would say, okay, not for everyone, but I would say for about 80% of you who are stuck making less than $30,000 per month, okay? If you're making less than $30,000 per month, it means that you have inconsistent lead flow, inconsistent clients, usually charging low ticket for your products and services, and you don't have what's called a VSL funnel. So I'll give you an example, another example to drive. Is this making sense? Everyone raise your hand if it's making sense. I need to know we're on the right page. Okay, so I got a guy, Tony. Now, this guy used to do in-person work, okay, in-person meetings. So he was basically, he used to help footballers and celebrities and athletes with financial services and financial planning, okay? So one of my friends who's way, way wealthier than me, he sends me a message, says, you need to go speak to this guy, okay? How many of you have ever been to London? London, anyone? London? So I go to Tower Bridge, I meet this guy. I look at him, he's got a fancy Mont Blanc pen, a nice little briefcase, wearing like a three-piece suit. And I show up with a hoodie, okay? And it's like, this is not a match, all right? So he had, just before I met, he had reviewed all my accounts, my personal finances and all that good stuff. And he couldn't believe how I make money looking like this, working from home. And I couldn't believe his business model, meeting people in person, when in today's day and age, we can do online marketing and have massive leverage, sell coaching, consulting, courses, and really be able to scale ourselves. So we're not working in the business, we're working outside the business. Does this make sense? Write this down. If you work in your business, your time and your income is limited, okay? Now, I work in my business when there's a high paying client. Someone gives me 50K to 100 grand, I'm okay to work in the business. Does that make sense? It's okay to work in the business. However, you want to also be working on the business. So I'm speaking to this gentleman and he asked me a bunch of questions like, hey man, how do you make hundreds of thousands of pounds a month, blah, 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 all that good stuff, okay? And I turned around and I said, okay, you asking me all these questions, let me start asking you some questions. So I asked him, hey, can I ask you how long you've been doing this business? He goes, 30 years, okay, 30 years or something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like before I was born, you were doing this business. So he's been doing the same business for 30 years. Guys, this was his business model. And I want you guys to understand this, okay? 30 years, okay? So he was in the services-based business. The service-based business is a one-on-one. What that means is he trades his time for money. He trades time for money, okay? So we do not like this. Why? Because if you trade time for money, is there an asset that gets created? Yes or no? No, there is no asset. It's like poor people thinking, okay? Poor people thinking is I make money and then I go and spend it, okay? When I make money, the first thing I say to myself, and by the way, this is the number one thing that will determine, Ismail, you better listen to this as well. The number one thing that will determine, young kids and you guys as well, okay? Number one thing that will determine how much wealth you create in your life. As soon as new money comes into your life, what do you do with it? What needs to happen is that money now needs to be invested either in yourself, in your business, to create an asset. That asset produces cash flow, passive income, and then you spend from that passive income. Does that make sense? And again, I'm not judging anyone because I made every single mistake under the sun, okay? But I'm just telling you, I would know people that would make six figures, few hundred grand a year, and they'd be flying first class, business class, whatever. And I'd think to myself, like, you make this much money, why are you always lavishly spending? I got on my first business class, I think I was coming back from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur to London, after I had made $10 million. Okay, I bought my first ever Range Rover when I had 1 million in the bank. I think that was like 1 million pounds. And my dad asked me, son, are you sure you can afford this? And I said, Dad, don't worry. I've got £1 million in the bank sitting there. Okay. What was I doing with the rest of my money? I was investing it in assets. So here's the downside of when you do services. Now, in the beginning, it's fine, but this is what the guy was doing. He was trading time for money. Number two, there was no assets created. Okay, this was his business model. Okay, you guys ready and the reason why I'm showing you this is because you can identify this and then say, I don't want to do that. Okay, so his business model was he was doing financial services. Okay, now on the front, he was making a lot of money. Okay, and very good money. So he's making about 200K to 300 grand per year. Now, this is what would happen. He would have trickles, okay? Trickles, this is what trickles looks like. Trickles of leads coming to him. They would go to his website, which looks like it's from the 1990s website, okay? Then they would request a phone call with him. He would get the phone call, and then he would drive, okay? How do you draw a car? This is my, as good as my, is this how you draw, whatever. Okay, you can't be good at everything, okay? That's the picture of a car. What is that? Okay, that's the picture of a car, okay? I think it's the 4 wheels, okay? He would take his car and he would drive up and down the country, all over the UK. And I think he had something like maybe a few 100,000 miles on the clock, okay? So he would be driving up and down the country, and then he would meet one-on-one with his prospects. Is everyone following this? Okay. By the way, this is how typical businesses work. But don't be typical. If you want to make above typical money, then don't be typical. And if no one else has shown you this, I'm showing it to you. So he would then do his pitch. Okay, he had this basically a pitch, and he would close 1 in 4. So he would close 25% of people. Okay, so 1 in 4. And I think his, his prices were like maybe 3 to 4K, and then it would go up and whatever. So I look at that and I'm like, do you meet people one-on-one? And he's like, yeah, because he has to like explain, and he gets his notepad out, and then he explains how the financial services work. And sometimes if you go to a fancier hotel like Four Seasons or the Dorchester or whatever, any nice hotel, in the lobby, you're going to see all these guys dressed up in suits, and they usually have someone there that they're trying to pitch. How many have you ever seen anyone like that? Yeah, you see, you know what I mean? They're usually with someone a little bit more senior, and they're trying to pitch this retirement planning scheme or whatever, okay? It's funny because now I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what my guy used to do. Here's what really shocked me. And I thought to myself, okay, man, this is cool. Until I asked him, how long have you been doing it for? And he goes to me, basically 30 years, okay? Give or take a few years. I'm pretty sure it was 30 years. And all I said to him was something along the lines of, do you know what a funnel is? Because if you have a funnel, you don't need to talk to anyone. You can now get people coming to you. And he's like, no, I don't know. I said, okay, cool. Come to one of my live events. I'm going to teach you about funnels. He comes to my 3-day live event, 3-day event in London. So, every now and then I do these 3-day live events. At the 3-day live event, he likes what he sees, wires me 100 grand. Okay? 100 grand. I mentor him. I mastermind with him, and I give him some funnels and some ideas on how to scale his business without him. Is everyone on the same page? Is everyone getting this so far? Okay. All right. He then takes all of this information, okay? Info. Some of you, by the way, you're stuck in information overwhelm. How many of you are stuck in information overwhelm? Okay. What you need is information doesn't make you money. Okay. If I just read, all of these books, but there's a whole bunch of books here. Okay. probably like 500 or 600 books. If I just read the books, I would be information overwhelmed. What you need to be is in implementation overwhelmed. Okay, implementation. This is where the money comes in, when you implement something. Okay, just learning alone is not enough. You have to implement. So pays me 100 grand, masterminds with me, gets access to some funnels. Okay, so funnels is essentially, some of you are new, it's automated client acquisition process. Okay, he now puts himself on LinkedIn. Okay, by the way, some of you, your best clients are on LinkedIn. Some of you, if you're selling some sort of weight loss product, pill, potion, whatever, your best clients are going to be on something like TikTok and Instagram. Why? Because it's visually appealing. Does that make sense? The traffic, and write this down, not all traffic source is equal. I know when someone comes in through a recommendation, when someone comes in, so like, for example, Rahini, she came in through essentially a search ad, but also a recommendation because of how I structured my funnel, right? Because she saw, she read Russell Brunson's books. She was like, okay, I need to find the best funnels guy. Let me go get, look for a funnels builder. She saw my ad. She knew it was an ad. You guys see where I'm going with this? Okay. She knew it was a paid ad because it says paid ads, right? Sponsored ad. She clicks on it. She books a call. Now she's become a 100K client. So this guy, what he does is he comes along and he's like, okay, he's not going to do Facebook and Instagram. He'll do LinkedIn. Now, because of the way his offer gets structured, by the way, I'm going to teach you guys this. This is advanced stuff, okay? Can't teach it to you right now, but the way you structure your offer, write this down. How you structure your offer. So it becomes, people feel stupid if they say no to it, okay? No one wants to feel stupid, right? So how you structure your offer in an irresistible manner. So he does this. Remember, I shared with you guys, offer is one part. He gets done for you funnels, okay? Because he's in his 50s. He has no time, energy to do techie stuff, automation, blah, blah, blah. So funnels, okay? Offer funnels. And then his traffic was from LinkedIn. Traffic, LinkedIn. And then the last one was sales. Okay, now you can do sales yourself. You can outsource the sales. Okay, but these are the 4 components. How many, guys? 4 components. The sales system, the traffic system, the funnel system, the offer. Okay, 4 steps. This is what happens. Okay, so this is what happened. This is before. Hold on. Before. Okay, by the way, your business and your marketing, write this down. Every single thing that you do in your business and marketing needs to come in 3 stages. How many stages? 3. Before, during, and after. The people that make, say, under 15,000, say under $20,000 a month, versus the people that make $200,000 a month, they have identified before, during, and after component. Okay, so you have to learn what happens before. So here, this was the before section. Before, okay. The during section was this part, during, okay. This is what happens during when we work together. And then the after section, okay, so after, this was the after section. I'm going to show you what happens in the after section. The after section was automated funnels. He goes viral on LinkedIn, so people start sharing his stuff. Now his calendar gets booked up with high ticket phone calls. Phone calls get booked. He goes from, I never forget this, right? Because he says to me, I went from being the hunter to the hunted. Okay. He used to close 25%, 1 out of every 4 people, AKA 3 people would waste his time. How many of you have ever done business where you just like at the end, you're like, man, I don't want to do business with this person. It's just become a time waster. Sure, even if you're the most positive person in the world, because sometimes I like to be the most positive person in the world. you're still like, oh my gosh, I just wasted my time. Yes or no? And by the way, time, it doesn't matter what age you are. Usually after 30 years old, you realize, oh my God, I need to be very protective of my time. Okay. So guess what? By the way, he was doing this for 30 years. Okay. Now in his mind, he was like, he's successful, right? Because his friends and family is like, no, he's the man. He's got a house. I think he was driving a Range Rover, got a couple of kids. Like, he's the man. He dresses well, eats well, looks well, super fit, goes to the gym. But when I look at this, and I'm like, 25%, 1 out of every 4. So what the heck are you doing? And by the way, remember, this is not online, okay? Online, every day, I'll get rejected by what? 20,000 people. I don't care. I'm only looking for 200 leads. You guys see the difference? Okay. When you have an online business, the way I help you structure it, you can reach masses, thousands of people every single day. And then using the funnel, you can qualify them to the point where it's only a handful of people that you end up working with, that you end up talking to, that you end up doing business with. But you see, when you do that, what tends to happen is now you have freedom in your business. Now you don't struggle and you don't stay stuck in terms of, oh, I need to deal with every single person. Why? Because now you're qualifying only the top leads. Does this make sense, everyone? Raise your hand if it's making sense. Okay. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail into this in just a second. But here's what happens. He goes from this to this. His close rates go to 75%. So out of 3 to 4. Okay, so he starts closing 3 out of every 4 prospects. Now, for 30 years, he's been driving up and down the country. Guess what he does? He stops driving. You know how I know this? Because I called him up expecting him just to jump in his car. And he lives like maybe 1.5 hours away from me, like somewhere in Kent. Okay. I was expecting him to just jump in his car and come and see me. And he tells me, no, Shaq, you remember what you told me? I don't go to see my clients anymore. They need to come to me. And I was like, but it's me. He's like, no, Shaq, you told me, don't go and see the clients, get them to come to you. So, hey, Shaq, you and your family members, you need to come up to me. And I remember like being so sucky. I'm like, I can't believe it. How many of you guys think that was powerful? Actually, it's like for 30 years, he's been doing the same thing. And then boom, one conversation, okay? One conversation he has with me, the same conversation that you guys can have with my team members, even with myself, one breakthrough. He gets that breakthrough and now he ain't driving no more, okay? He ain't driving no more driving, okay? No more driving, finito, okay? Now, what is he doing? Now, because he has a system, what's the word, guys? He has a system, okay? He has a system. He's now got his 21-year-old son. I think he's 21 or maybe 22. He's early, young 20s, the kid is, okay? His son now runs the entire business. Is this powerful? Is anyone getting aha from this? If you are, I can't see your faces, so just go in and type in aha. I want to see you guys. Go type in aha. So, system, 21 years old. Here's the process. I'm going to show you guys the process. Okay, how many of you guys want to know the process? Here's the process. Raise your hand if you want to know the process. Okay. Yesterday, remember I talked about the 5 Ps. One of them was people, packaging, pricing. One of them was process. Okay. And I have fancy slides and presentations, but I thought, you know what? I already know this off by heart, so I'm just going to give it to you guys over here, okay? So remember, first thing first, we identify who is our perfect client. Who is the perfect client for us, okay? So in my case, I shared with you guys, it's someone who's 40 years-ish plus, okay? They need to have access to X amount of money. Why? Because we want to make sure that we can provide them a premium solution. So at least 10K plus, okay? If someone says, hey, we don't have 10K, then every now and then, okay, if they speak to my team, then we'll offer payment plans. Okay, where people can get started for, let's just say, $2,500. Okay, most of the time we wouldn't offer this. When we do something like a challenge, we would. Does this make sense? Okay, the reason why is because this is what's called a promotional campaign. So this 5-day challenge is a promotional campaign. 5-day challenge. Okay, 5-day SFC, Sales Funnels Challenge. Promotional campaigns are something, it's basically a promotion. It doesn't happen all the time. I don't get on camera and I don't, present like this basically every single month or every single week. I do it maybe once. Like last time I did it properly, it was 2 years ago. Okay. This time I'm doing it and I'm like, I'm not doing this ever again. Okay. I say that and then people complain, Shaq, come and give us some value. And so I basically throw up a campaign and I do it. Okay. So 5-day sales run. What I like to do and what we teach our clients to do in the beginning, especially when you're making under 50 grand a month, is you need to build an evergreen business. That means the business needs to get you clients and leads 24/7 without you being chained to begging for prospects. Is this making sense? Everyone, just type in yes if it's making sense. Please quickly type in yes so I can move forward. Okay. Now what happens is, okay, this is our first step. We identify who do we want to target, who do we want to talk to, who do we want to serve. Okay. So for example, I shared with you who we want to serve. Okay. Most of my clients are Americans, Canadians, New Zealand, UK, Saudi Arabia. Okay. Number 2, what is it that you're selling? Okay. So what is it that you're selling? So what is your offer? And remember the mistake people make. What's a big mistake people make? They stick with just one thing. Okay. They stick with just one offer. I think on the first or second day of the challenge, we were speaking to Wahida. I don't know if Wahida's on here today, but we were talking and she said she's just focused on one offer and it's £1,000. And although she's getting results, how many of you believe she's leaving so much money on the table? Okay, because guess what? For example, Rohini, when she came on, she literally said these words to me. Okay, hopefully it's right. Ismail was next to me. She said, if you offered me something for 5 grand, I'm sorry, but I wouldn't have taken you seriously. Do you guys get that? Okay, give me a thumbs up if you got that. When I spoke to George, he said something similar. Look, I'm done. I've tried so many different things, and I've just spent 6 years and I need someone who's going to hold me accountable. So what is it that you're selling? And what we talk about is a value ladder. Okay, so front end, middle, back end. 3 different price points, 3 different price points. Okay, now, as you guys know, I'm using a real life case study. Okay, how many of you guys would like to see this campaign? On average, it's pulling in about $2,000 a day. Okay, because it did what, 21K? Okay, they all want to see it. Okay, just so you know, those of you who don't have a highly optimized website funnel, not just a website, we're talking about a funnels website, we will build you one of these ourselves. Okay, how many of you guys would love for me and my team to build you a full money-making website funnel, a funnels website, just by a show of hands? Okay, because this is like one part of the battle. So if you see here, people come in, okay, this is a proven campaign. Okay, scroll down, it's got some value, write this down. Each funnel needs to have a value that's given away. Okay, so what is this? So for example, let's just pick on brother Mahmoud. Mahmoud, Assalamu alaikum, brother. Okay, good to see you here. Okay, let's just say Mahmoud is here, yeah? Now Mahmoud is coming, he's got a business, he's got an idea. Let's just say he's selling mobile phones, okay? And he's now saying, I need to get more people coming into my business. And he's heard of this thing called TikTok. Kids are using it, grown adults are using it, but he's kind of confused. So he comes onto this website and in his mind, he's thinking, okay, just tell me what is TikToks? What is TikTok? What is a TikTok ad? And now he just clicks on one button and boom, it says a little, so to speak, an ad, a post. What is TikTok ads? Are you guys seeing this? Now Mahmoud is reading this and he's nodding and saying, I need this. Facebook sucks. E-commerce is dead. My advertising costs are going up. Okay, what is this? I need a blue ocean strategy. Type this in, guys. not even type this in, write this out for yourself in your notepad. You need a blue ocean strategy. Okay. When you decide to enroll and you start working with us, I will personally help you craft your own blue ocean strategy. What's a blue ocean strategy? It's a place where you are the only one. Does this make sense, everybody? Listen, there's people that will charge you $100 to build a funnel. There's people that will charge you $20,000 to build a funnel. Then there's me that will charge you $50,000 to $100,000 to build a funnel. Are you guys with me? Okay. By the way, Russell Brunson, he charges $500,000. I think $500,000, and he wants about 50% of your entire business. How many of you people think that's crazy? But is it crazy good or is it crazy bad? It's crazy good, because guess what? There's so many corporate companies, so many Silicon Valley companies that are well funded. They can afford to cut $500K for a funnel like that. So when we do this, okay, I will help you craft a blue ocean strategy, just like how I helped Ismail do this, right? Ismail, this blue ocean strategy. Okay, so Mahmoud comes along and he's like, okay, what is this? TikTok is a real blue ocean. Bang, he's now reading more about us. Bang. And then this is another important thing, okay? You have to show people, if they try to do things on their own, what is the cost? Write this down. It's called an ROI justification, okay? And you can show me any business and I will tell you, Mahmoud, and everyone else, how to do an ROI justification. So for example, in my business, okay, if you wanted a funnel, you need to know how to write copy. You know, copy sometimes you can spend $500, you can spend $5,000, you can spend $50,000 on copy. Okay, I have paid personally one of my copywriters over $50,000 cash to write copy for me. This funnel over here, I can go on and on actually about these funnels, but this funnel, Chic Mastermind, okay, this one I used to do a group program. Okay, now if you buy this, you get basically one-on-one access to me. Okay, now this original sales letter was written by one of my best friends, a brother from Somalia. Okay, he lives in America. Actually, now he lives in Dubai, but he wrote this entire letter. And I just want to scroll down for just a few minutes, if that's okay. Okay, scrolling. It sells an offer from $30,000 to $100,000 to $250,000. And I can scroll down. By the way, this is one of my clients, okay? Many years ago, he paid me over $100,000. He paid me about $175,000, okay? Today, right today, I just saw him post on his Facebook. He won the $25 million award. I straight away looked at Ismail and I said, yeah, what does that mean? You need to get on it. Okay, you need to go from making $2,000 a day to $20,000 a day. All right, so this is, and by the way, some of you guys are Americans. How many of you from America? Okay, most people, you know what Inc. 5000 is? Okay, so he just got featured on Inc. 5000 as well, one of the fastest growing company in America. Okay, so not just these awards, but this award as well. Scroll down. Obviously, I got testimony from Russell Brunson, proof of payment, blah, blah, blah. Scroll down. Guys, this funnel and this offer, okay, has produced over $8 million cash. Okay, write this down. $40,000 times 200-ish people. Okay, 200. That's $8 million. Okay, and by the way, this is the program. Can you guys see this? Okay, this is the program, and I call it the 8-figure CEO accelerator. Okay, so this is like for people that really want to like fast track themselves. Okay, so going back to TTA, TikTok's agency. Over here, what I'm doing is I'm doing an ROI justification. If you were to do this yourself, it would cost you this much money. For example, if you are selling any sort of program, so I'll just walk you through this actually, it's much easier. People that are interested in TikTok agency, there's 4, 5, 6, 7 things you need to know. You need to know about creating. You need to know that ideas take time. You need to know about scripts. You need to know recording, ads, reporting, analyzing. Okay. So now what happens is you're seeing all of this and you're like, oh my gosh, it's going to take me 7, 14, 15, 23, 26, 29, 36 hours. I don't have 36 hours. Are you kidding me? Let me just hire this agency. Does this make sense? Who's got a business here? Just show of hands. Say, for example, Wahida. Okay. In your funnel, you can have, hey, if you're a CEO and your time is worth minimum $100 an hour, it could be worth $500 an hour. Okay. I value myself at $5,000 an hour. So if you said, hey, most CEOs value themselves at $100 all the way up to $1,000, and some of them even $5,000 an hour. How much is it costing you that you're filled with anxiety and panic attacks on a weekly basis? How many of you guys just like got something from there? If you show people how much it's valued at, because here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, naturally people don't value things. Okay. Do you guys remember the first day I started this program? Some of you, by the way, you know me for a few years, like George, he's seen me make $7.5 million in affiliate marketing. You know, he's been following me for 6 years, so he kind of knows who I am. But some of you, who do I not know? There you go, Mahmoud Yaqub. He has no idea who I am, okay? He just came in. He's probably thinking to himself, who is this guy? What does he know? Showing off his awards, talks too much, smiles too much. Let me see if he's got the goods. He's going to sell me something. Of course, I'm going to sell you something, okay? Because I want to help you, okay? Now, this is what he's thinking. But watch this. I pull up strategic coach. How many of you guys remember when I pulled this out? And what did I say? I said, guys, there's this 75-year-old man who I paid $35,000. And he's going to teach me how to use my mind. And I didn't tell my dad because my dad would probably smack me. Okay. But this is what the guy teaches you. He teaches you how to think. Now you might be thinking, what are you talking about? I know how to think. But are you truly happy with all the results in your life right now? Because all the results in your life right now come down to one thing, the actions that you've taken. Why do you take those specific actions? Because of one thing, because of the thoughts that you've had. Yes or no? So doesn't it make sense if you change your thinking, then you're going to take different actions. If you take different actions, then you're going to get different results. So the first day I opened up and I shared with you this story. And why did I share this story with you? So you would immediately have a high value perception of this class. Does that make sense? If I didn't do this, then you wouldn't show up on day 3, day 4, day 5. You'd be gone. Are you guys with me? So this is part of something called price anchoring. Write that down. Price anchoring. Okay. Price anchoring. If you don't anchor in prices, in your funnels, in your systems, in your offers, okay, price anchoring. And then if you don't have price anchoring, and if you don't show people a roadmap of what they can invest in, aka your value ladder, then they will always go for the bare minimum. That's why you'll have people that are in the same business. For example, I know people that will say stuff like, you know, I teach people how to become confident. You know, I'm in personal development, and I've seen their journey for 10 years. And then I see Tony Robbins. Okay. And I knew of Tony when he was probably making $100-200 million a year. Okay. Now he makes like $5 billion a year. You guys see the difference? What is it? Someone understands sales, marketing, funnels, offers, traffic, and someone doesn't. So scroll down. Again, this is what makes us different. If you're not different, people won't remember you. If you're the same as everyone else, people won't remember you. And again, for me, because I have specific results, which most people will come across and be like, wow, that's enough for me. Because in my industry, where people have a business or they want to start a business, they're looking for fast results. So it's easy. Okay. I just show them, you know, I show them these awards and they're like, okay, cool. So here's another example. When I speak to someone that's made $1 to $2 million, they quickly realize $1 million or $2 million is not a lot of money. You know where they're at? They're stuck over there. Okay. But what they really want is to make their first $10 million. Okay. Now, obviously, this is for a little bit more advanced, but what I've seen is that this is what makes me stand out. So what makes you stand out? Okay, what makes you stand out? Scroll down. Here's a few examples. Why should I consider TikTok? Blah, blah, blah. Next step. And then you have this, guys. What is this? This is the call funnel. Okay. And there's a little mistake here, Ismail, which is you must not let your calendar be open for more than 3 days. Okay. So again, I'm giving him some live critique here. Okay. So the problem with working with smart people like Ismail is a little bit smart. So he always has a smart answer for everything. Okay. And then I have to just tell him, okay, test my idea versus yours. No, Mahmoud, unfortunately, I can't give him one of those. Okay. But you guys see where I'm going with this? And scroll down, check this out. Doing a minimum of $50,000 a month. So for example, Mahmoud comes along and he's read all of this stuff. And then he sees, oh my gosh, my business has to make $50,000 a month before I even book a call with this guy. If you are making 50 grand a month, you look at this and be like, okay, I'm in. But if you're not, you're like, okay, I'm not doing 50 grand a month. I'm out. Does that make sense? But here's the key thing, guys, and I want you to get this, okay? But what did Mahmoud do? He read the whole page, yes or no? And write this down, EBM. This is one of the secrets to selling anything. This is how I can sell anything. I don't care if it's $7 or $70,000 or $700,000, because I understand EBM. What does EBM stand for? Education-based marketing. Okay? When you educate somebody, you build trust. So for example, Mahmoud's coming into this website. He's like, man, I need some TikTok ads. Now, he doesn't even know why he needs TikTok ads, but we've just educated him on why he needs it. Okay, education-based marketing. Now he comes down and he's like, okay, I'm not doing 50 grand a month. Maybe he's doing 30K a month. What do you think, and who do you think he remembers when he hits 50 grand a month? He's like, TikToksagency.com. That's where I need to go. So in your marketing, this is a big thing that we want to do. Okay, how we do this is we add it into our funnels. So scroll down. By the way, how many of you guys are enjoying this master plan checklist? Okay. All right. So we go back and we talked about who is your perfect prospect? What is it that you're offering? Okay. And 3, in your funnels, we need to have why should people do business with you? Every single thing that we like what I showed you, Ismail is following a specific copy formula. And this copy formula is, again, this is what bought $21,000 in 10 days. Now he has a system called a free traffic system. Okay, $1,000 a month. How many of you could spend $1,000 a month to generate $20,000 a month? By the way, so sometimes you might be like, yeah, but I don't want to do paid traffic. That's fine. Do the free traffic system. Use Ismail's free traffic system. Okay. By the way, this free traffic system works for any business. Doesn't matter what niche you're in, and doesn't matter who you're targeting. It works. Okay. It doesn't matter what you're selling and who you're targeting. It works. Because once you have the right funnel, then you can use the free traffic system and you can go over there. Okay. Now, when our clients, so some of you that are going to be working with me here, okay, I'm not sure exactly the number, but again, like I said, we're going to select 30 people only, okay? So those 30 people, we are going to help you make your first 100K to 150 grand cash, okay, through the free traffic system, okay? The free traffic system allows you to jumpstart your cash flow, get a whole bunch of cash in the bank, so then you can use some of that into paid traffic. Does this make sense? Okay, so now watch this. Okay, so for example, you start working with us. Okay, and again, you work with us one way. Work with us. You have to apply. Okay, you have to apply. You have to get on a phone call. You have to make sure that you're mentally sane, that you're going to do what we say. Okay, that you're not looking for a get rich quick program. You're going to actually follow through. Okay, so and what's the link to work? funnels.com/VIP. Drop a link in that, save that link. Those of you who are new here, I saw a whole bunch of people today join today. Okay, thank you so much for joining. If this is your first time, make sure you go to funnels.com/VIP and book a phone call, okay? If we believe that you can make anywhere from an extra, whatever you're doing, an extra 10,000, 30,000, 100,000 dollars a month, and we believe in you, then we're going to offer you our services. But other than that, you're still going to get value. Make sure you go to funnels.com/VIP. Okay. By the way, has anyone noticed here that I am very direct and very open with how you can work with me, and I'm very happy to offer you my services? Yes or no? Okay. A lot of the times people are so afraid of offering their services. How you get over that is you must make sure that you have a great product. Write this down. A great product that gets people results. Okay. You need to have some testimonials. I recommend minimum 3 testimonials. Okay. And by the way, if you're brand new and you're like, Shaq, I don't have any testimonials, don't worry. We're gonna show you how to get testimonials and case studies, even if even if you have no testimonials. Okay. Even if you have no business, I'm gonna show you how to go and get your first testimonials. Another thing that you need is a unique offer. Okay. And then the last one, which is one of the most important ones, is how you position your offer. Okay, so these 4 ingredients. How many? 4. 4 ingredients. Why is this key? Okay, positioning your offer. What that means is the authority that you have, the brand, okay, based on your experience and expertise. Okay, and here's what I want you to remember. Every single thing that's happened in your life, good or bad, and trust me, this is such a breakthrough if you get this, okay? Every single thing, good or bad, in your life can be turned into an asset. Every single thing, okay? Think about it. More than probably once, I've mentioned I grew up in a council flat, government housing projects or whatever, okay? Americans call it projects. In the UK, we call it council flats, okay? Well, I talk about this. When I was growing up in the council flat, it wasn't nice. But as I got older, I realized, wow, if I just told people, hey guys, I made $30 million before I turned 30 years old, immediately, Mahmoud, your brain shuts off. Okay? You're like, because you already start judging me. Okay? But I put in a story, hey, listen, I started off, my parents told me go to school, college, university. I dropped out of university my final year. I came across this internet marketing thing. I tried it, I failed, and then I had some success, and the success got to my head, and then I lost all my money, and then I started again, and then I made my first 7 figures. Then I made my first 10 million, and then I used it as a system. Does this make sense? That's the story. So how you position it in your offer is you have a compelling story. How many of you are fans of Tony Robbins? Okay, a handful of you guys, okay? How many of you know of Tony Robbins? How many of you know at least one story that Tony Robbins has said 101 times? Okay, there's one story that you know, okay? Why? Because that's part of him positioning himself. Another thing that you have to understand is timing, okay? How do you position your timing, your offer during timing? So for example, Wahida, I haven't checked your funnels out, but let's just say if I was in the panic anxiety niche and I wanted to come up with a premium program that I could charge a lot, I could deliver really well. I'm happy because, the people are buying stuff, then they're buying courses. If you don't have a course, then you're easily missing out on course revenue, because I've hired a consultant, not for panic attacks and stuff, but for another personal issue. And as soon as I paid her, I can't remember her name, Dr. something. I paid her, I can't remember how much it was, maybe $250 or $400 an hour. So as soon as I paid her, literally on the phone call, she offered me her program. She's like, oh, by the way, this hour was great. Would you like to learn more? I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, we have a 6-module course. And I'm like, okay, I don't have time for that. Okay, but she offered it to me, right? And then her assistant messages me and she's like, doctor is really busy right now. And so she's not doing much more one-on-one consulting or whatever. But if you'd like to, this is the course. And I was like, that's a nice way to upsell. So timing, okay? Imagine I'm giving all of you an example here. Let's just say I was in this niche, anxiety and panic. I would change some of the angles on my funnels, and I'd say, hey, now that we're in a recession, CEOs need to protect their number one asset. It's not their business, it's not their time, it's not anything, it's not their crypto, it's not their stocks. What is it? It's their confidence. How do you protect your confidence? By making sure that you yourself take care of you. 95% of CEOs struggle with panic attacks, anxiety, staying up late nights, drinking too much coffee. I've developed a 5-step solution called XYZ framework. I've put together a free video that shows you the mistakes people make. Check it out, opt in. How's that for some copy? How they opt in and says, hey, congratulations. You might be a CEO that's so ambitious that your husband, your wife, your friends and family don't really understand you. But I was in your position too, and I've worked. Maybe you've been doing panic attack coaching for 2 years. Maybe you've done it for 10 years. Maybe you've done it since you were a little kid, and you just had this innate gift inside of you that you could help people reduce their anxiety. You could say, okay, for the last 20 years, this is what I've mastered. And again, you can talk about, 5 big mistakes what people make. Now, by the way, I'm not in your niche, so I'm just spitting here. Okay, is that okay with you guys? Okay, and I can say, hey, mistake number 1. When people get stressed and they panic and then they overeat. Okay, when they feel alone, then they end up doing bad things on gambling websites, porn websites, whatever. Okay, number 3, they take up unhealthy habits like smoking, and these days they start vaping. And by the way, I know this because when I'm walking around, where I live and stuff, there's lots of people that have 9 to 5 corporate jobs, and they're either smoking cigarettes or they're vaping, or one or the other, right? And so it's like, that's the 3rd one. Number 4 is, hey, if you don't take care of this, you're going to have marital problems. You're not going to spend much time with your kids, blah, blah, blah. And number 5, which most CEOs will value, which isn't right or wrong or whatever, but their business. Your business is going to suffer. Hey, these are the 5 big mistakes that people make, and it's costly. How would you like to eliminate all of them in under 60 minutes? I'm hosting a free session. I'm doing blah, blah, blah. Now you get them to apply based on where they're at. You customize an offer for them. How many of you thought that was powerful? Okay, anyone else? Yeah, give me a thumbs up for all of you that don't have your video on. Give me a thumbs up if this is making sense. Okay, I know if you do even 10% of what I'm talking about here, the business can get to the next level. Okay, so this is the plan. Okay, we want to identify the process. Who, what are the funnels that you need? Okay, inside of the funnels, we want to make it very clear. Okay, the call to action, how to work with us. And on this, you want to lead with a great product that's results focused, testimonials, unique offer, positioning offer. If you're starting from scratch and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have a great product. I have no idea what is a great product. I don't have no testimonials. I certainly don't have a unique offer that gets people to buy right now. Okay, and I certainly don't know anything about positioning. I just give you a little crash course. Okay, these are the things that we will cover with you in detail. And because I love this program and I've spent 2.5-ish years building this program up, I want you to make sure that you read about it at funnels.com/VIP. Okay, we are going to be enrolling clients today, tomorrow, and the next few days. But most importantly, again, we're going to be taking 30 people. I think there's like now 17-ish, 17 or 14 spots, something like that. It's under 20 spots. Okay, so book a call and make sure you get this. Okay, next. 5. Now that we have access to all of this stuff, 2 metrics. How many metrics? 2 things. Okay, what is your cost per acquisition? Cost per acquisition, and what is your lifetime value? Okay, LTV stands for lifetime value, and like with anything, okay, is very important that I go through a story with you to drive this point home. Okay, so 21 years old, I go to New York, broke as a joke, could barely afford the ticket, somehow managed to kind of talk my way into this event. Everyone's a millionaire because it was called 10 for 10, 10 students, you're going to get mentored by millionaires. This was my first experience of a live event. So I go to New York, Madison Square Gardens, and I go into this one event, and I never forget it because I was like the first one in and the last one to leave because I was just so hungry to learn this stuff, right? Like, how are these normal people making millions and I'm this broke kid from East London? So I go, and there was a program that we were promoting. It was an affiliate program. It was like $50 on the front end, and then it was like $2,000, and then it was like $10,000 and $20,000. Okay, so I go in, and one of the guys is talking to the other guy. One of the guy was one of my earliest mentors, Michael. So Michael was talking to another guy called Andrew, and they were talking about how they're spending $250 to get a $50 sale. You guys get that? Okay. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're spending $250 to get a $50 sale, how on earth are you making money? That's when Michael explained to me about this concept. And he said, the reason why they'll spend $250 to get a $50 sale is because each sale over here can be worth anywhere from $2,000 to $10K to $20,000. Do you guys get that? So this is the lifetime value. This was the cost per acquisition, $250. And now, let's say the lifetime value, let's just say on a cheap program, $2K. Okay, on $2K, we now, LTV equals $2K minus CPA equals $250. Let's just call it $200. $1,800. That means for every $200 I spend, I make $1,800 back, right? Is this making sense, everyone? Give me a thumbs up if it's making sense. So that means I'm now making 9 times my money. Do you guys get that? I now make 9 times my money. So I came back home. I mean, I really can't remember what else I learned at that event. I just can't remember because I got this and I thought to myself, wow, these guys make money because they spend money. Okay. So I came back and I remember this was an affiliate program. Okay. I come back and literally from zero, the first year, I make $120,000. Okay. And by the way, that was so much bloody money for me. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like cloud nine. I have 2 younger brothers, which, you know, I love them. I adore them so much. I was like, guys, I'm rich for going out every day to Nando's. Okay. Nando's is like this restaurant, or it's like a grill out or something in the UK. And I think they have it globally, but whatever. Okay. I get this. This was my first year, guys. Second year, I now go to $275,000. My third year, I have my first $1.2 million. And then every year from there, it went to 2.4 mil, then it went to 3.6 mil, and then 6.5 mil, and then 7.8 mil, and blah, blah, blah. Okay? And then you kind of lose count, and then it's just a game, and it doesn't matter. But what am I sharing here with you? I developed the system to get the cost per acquisition and the lifetime value dialed in. And again, it was dialed in because of one thing. I had the right funnels. Is this making sense? I want to just like give you everything, okay? Now you have the funnels, which is basically the process of getting customers. You have an offer, which is, you know, who you're selling to, okay? Funnels. And now what we're going to do, funnels and offer, but it's not enough, is it? Because some of you are the best kept secret. How many of you think you're the best kept secret? Oh man, if only more people knew about me, they would just buy my stuff. I'm so good at what I'm doing. I've been doing it for 5 years, for 20 years, for 10 years. How many of you feel like that? It's like, you know, I was just going to say Joyce. I'll just say Joyce. Joyce, you meet someone else who's just like you, and then you're like, that person has no idea. I know so much more about them, right? Because you've read all the books behind you, haven't you, right? So you could be the best kept secret, and it doesn't matter, okay? Look at something like Louis Vuitton, okay? their shoes, by the way, I've been buying those shoes for at least probably about 10 years now, okay? And I realized my feet have now become like this, okay? Not good, basically, okay? My wife said, your feet is supposed to be flat, but mine curve in like that, okay? So I realized these expensive shoes that I've been wearing basically throughout my whole adult life have not been good for me. Notice, Louis Vuitton shoes may not be the best shoes ever, but guess what they have? They have so much traffic, so many people want it, that it just becomes a norm. Yes or no? Okay. Sometimes I look at even some, you know, you've seen some of these, some ladies, they will wear expensive clothes, expensive bags, and it doesn't look like the best thing ever. I just told you guys, okay, I've been wearing Louis Vuitton shoes for like, say, 10 years. Okay. By the way, that's their offer. Okay. That's their offer. What's their funnels process? They have shops. Okay. Shops. And they have social media funnels and magazines that they send to you and all of this stuff. But none of this stuff would matter if they didn't have people coming to them. If they didn't have people, if they didn't have traffic. Is this all making sense? So for traffic, I'm going to give you my formula. And like with anything great in life, the traffic formula, we must share a story, okay? And this is the story. The worst number in business is what? 1. Okay? You must never have one business. You must, not one business. You must never have one. You must never rely on one source of traffic. So I'll meet ladies and gentlemen, and they'll be so happy that they've built this business. And then I say, hey, by the way, where are you getting your traffic from? And they're like, oh, no. My business is so good. All of that traffic is just referral. And I'm like, you're talking to me as if I should be impressed by that. No. Listen, unless you're someone huge like Tony Robbins, it could be one part of your business. But that immediately tells me that you do not have a system to get you 24/7 exposure. Does that make sense? If you have a system, okay, so I see this. I see some people doing, they've got their own business or they're doing affiliate marketing. And all they're doing, I just spoke to someone today and they're like, yeah, I'm doing TikTok and I'm doing YouTube. And I'm like, okay, you're still relying on 2 free traffic sources. Yes or no? I can come into your business, mind my language, and kick your ass from day one by putting in a funnel and sticking some money into traffic. Yes or no? And by the way, I'm thinking of doing exactly just that. Okay. So someone texts me, I'm not going to say who, and they said this and that, Ismail. And I was thinking to myself, this offer will have a high converting lifetime value. I could make a lot of money from this. And guess what I'll do? I'll come in and I'm going to eat your lunch. Yes or no? Same way, listen to me. If you have a business and you're thinking you're the hot shot, okay? So, you remember a few days ago, I talked about my friend, Dr. Stu. How many of you remember Dr. Stu? Let's ask that question again. How many of you remember Dr. Stu with the stem cell dogs treatment? Okay, there you go. Now that's better, okay? So he's spending, let's just say, about 5K per month, and he's making around 100 grand per month, okay? He spends 5K to about 8K a month. And he makes around 100 grand a month, okay? So he's got this unique, formula, whatever. How many of you think that's such a great ROI? It is, okay? You can make your fortune if you can get this sort of ROI. One of the keys is having the right funnels. What I said to him is, Dr. Stu, being very blunt, because I'm very blunt, and it's the way people sometimes, they have to get that shock, right? So said in a nice way, I said, you do realize that the only reason why you're making so much money is because no one else has caught on to this. And he smiles and he goes, yeah, I know. And he said, that's why we want you to come on. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Because he realized it. By the way, it doesn't matter what your business is in. Ismail's running this TTA. Guess what's going to happen? I just exposed all of you to it. Okay? Sorry, Ismail. Okay? How do I know? How do you know some kid in India or America is not watching this right now, rubbing his hands together, and he's going to stay up all night trying to build his own TikTok's agency. Do you guys get where I'm going with this? Okay, same way, you might have a business and it's ticking along, you know, it's making a little bit of money here, here, here. If you do not have a traffic system that's working for you 24/7, ladies and gentlemen, it's only a matter of time before someone comes in and takes over your business, takes over your clients and your customers. Does that make sense? A fun fact, I promoted ClickFunnels the first week it came out. ClickFunnels nearly destroyed my entire business. You might be wondering why and how. I used to charge, or I still charge, we would charge, say, $10,000 to $25,000 or £10,000 to £25,000 for these WordPress funnels. Then my friend comes along, hey, Shaq, it's Russell Brunson. Can you promote my product? I'm like, yeah, Russell. He's now selling funnels, a funnel software, okay? And all the people that used to follow me for funnels, then are like, hey, why should we follow Shaq when we can just buy this software? Then they quickly realize there's over 100,000 people that use the software. So it's not the software that makes you the money. Does that make sense? Okay. How many of you have bought ClickFunnels and then realize you don't have $1 million award? Because it's not, there you go, right? It's not the software, right? Otherwise, everyone, the 100,000 people that are using ClickFunnels, they'd all be millionaires. But it doesn't work like that. What you have to realize is if you don't have the right traffic system, okay, that consistently gets you customers, even whilst you're sleeping, that consistently gets you exposure, even whilst you're sleeping, you're walking on ice, basically. And you could be lucky for 1 year. I know people that have been lucky for 20 years. 20 years later, boom, they lose their business. Why? Someone else is smarter, cheaper, faster. Yes or no? That's why I was telling you guys, you have to have a blue ocean strategy. I know in my business, I have a blue ocean strategy because people, for example, the clients that came in today, okay, Rahina, someone like her, she only wants the premium stuff. She didn't even ask me, is there any discount? She didn't ask me. She said, literally said to me, if you tried to sell me a $5,000 program, I would have thought, nah, this is a waste of my time. I wouldn't buy it. So guess what? I know I have a big blue ocean. Okay, the way I've positioned my offer, I'm the only one. When people think of your name, hear your name, go to your website, go to your funnels, are you the only one? And guess what? My other agency was called soloadsagency.com. Okay, by the way, I paid a mentor $1,500 even when I was really broke. And I go on a phone call. I got on a phone call and I was praying, oh my gosh, I hope this $1,500 is worth it. In the first 10 minutes, he says to me, go buy this domain. And I'm on GoDaddy buying this domain, soloadsagency.com. That I launched it, boom, business started doing 50K a month, no, 20K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month, $300,000 a month in under 12 months. Okay, that's the power of having one good idea. So when Ismail came to me, I'm like, what's Black Digital? Call it what the people are looking for. TikTok's agency. My other agency, which we only have for my private clients, is fbadsagency.com. Wahida, if you came to fbadsagency.com, do I have to explain to you what I do?
No, it's Facebook.
Yeah, it's Facebook. I have another brand called funnelsagency.com. Okay, Kevin, if you come to funnelsagency.com, do I have to sit there and try to sell you 10 minutes? What is a funnel and why my funnels agency, what it does? No. Do you see how I've positioned it? Okay, by the way, that's just one aspect of the positioning. So why does positioning matter? Positioning matters because your traffic becomes much more easy. Okay, traffic becomes much more easy if your offer is positioned right as the only one. So big mistake people make with traffic is that they only rely on one. One is the worst number in business. Why? Because something happens, your business goes down because of one traffic source. Okay, and I know this because early on in my career, I lost a business that was very close to my heart. And I remember back in the day, I used to go to these cafes. And there's this one guy in the cafe, and I start talking to him and I'm telling him every single thing about my business. And literally the next month he launched the exact same thing. and he took all of my customers, okay? Because I was trying to get 1 or 2 or 3 customers here and there. He went right to the company, did a joint venture with them, and my entire business went just like this. Okay, so we want to have traffic. And what I've come up with is something called the MSOT formula. What does MSOT stand for? Multiple sources of traffic. Multiple sources of traffic. This is how you build a bulletproof business, a recession-proof business, a pandemic-proof business, recession-proof, pandemic-proof, competition-proof business. Is this making sense, everyone? See, now I have multiple sources of traffic. What do we have? Ismail, what are the traffic sources that we use? Facebook ads, what else? LinkedIn messaging, Instagram, emails, TikToks, YouTube, of course, YouTube, solo ads, JVs, events, sponsorships, other people's events. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're adding a new one with affiliates. That's 11 traffic sources. If Edin tomorrow wanted to go out and compete with me, how are you going to do that when I have all of this, right? By the way, Facebook doesn't like it for whatever reason. They shut me down. Guess what happens? I've got all these traffic sources. Yes or no? Here's the thing. My best traffic source, and the one that I'm always working on, is emails. Why? Because this is the one no one can take away from me. Yes or no? Some of you have become my customers for the first time. Hopefully you have got thousands of dollars worth of value and my time and my energy here. Some of you have gone on to invest lots of different things with us in the last few days, today. Some of you will stick around for the next 5 or 10 years. I have people that I send an email a day and they have been following me and they still get emails from me. Does that make sense, you guys? Okay, but guess what? This is how you build passive income, stability and security, and an ever-growing business. This is what we want to have for you. When you apply and you get selected to work with us as a VIP, we will help you build your own MSOT traffic formula so that you never worry about when is your next customer coming from. Can I share this story with you guys? Personal story. A few days ago, I asked Ismail, hey Ismail, I want to basically buy this place, okay? So there's this penthouse that's on for sale. And I'm thinking, hey, now as the recession is here, blah, 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 now's the time to like just invest in my business and myself. And he said something to me and he's like, one of those campaigns that you ran? I was like, yeah, because that campaign did about 300, 400K. I said, yeah. He goes, well, why don't you just run that campaign 3 or 4 times? Boom, you've got an extra £1 million. You're sold. You can buy the extra other penthouse. Is that cool or what? There and then I made a commitment. Hey, I'm going to run this campaign and we'll do it 4 times. Let's get it. Who's with me? So what happens is, okay, how many of you know who Dan Kennedy is? Okay, Dan Kennedy basically says, I think he talks about the Beatles or something, right? One of the guys wanted to buy a swimming pool. And the other guy said, like, how are you going to afford that? And he said, oh, I'm just going to come up. We're just going to make a new single. So imagine you want to buy your parents something. You want to donate to a charity. You want to do something for the world or for yourself, okay? Take care of yourself before you take care of the world, right? You want to buy this house. You want to pay off your mortgage. You want to buy this dream car that you've always wanted. What if it was as easy as, let me make more offers? What if it was as simple as that? And what if you started developing the skills to create offers? Because if you do, now you have an endless stream of wealth and cash flow coming in. Yes or no? Okay. When you start thinking like this, guys, you don't really struggle in being scarcity minded. You now start thinking, oh my gosh, what's the possibility? I can buy one house. Oh, what can I do? I can make this offer. I can do that, right? Everything becomes limitless. So MSOT, multiple sources of traffic. The next one, and this is, by the way, the final thing that wraps it all up, okay, is multiple MSOC, okay? MSOC stands for multiple sources of conversions. So remember how I talked about the formula to making money online, to building your business, is you got to have traffic and conversions equals cash. Yes, traffic, people coming into your business, conversions equals cash. What if you had multiple sources of conversions? So for example, I have what's called a 5-day challenge. Okay, 5-day challenge. How many of you guys think this is an effective way to convert customers into sales? Raise your hand. Okay, I have people that have no idea who I am come and spend 5 days with me. I promised an hour or 75 minutes a day. I've been doing about 3 hours per day. Yes or no? First thing is, am I over delivering? No matter what you think of this challenge, you're going to walk by and you're going to say, that guy over delivered. He could have done 1 hour, done. But you see, I created worksheets. I have slides. I have whatever, iPad. I'm going above and beyond. So this is a form of conversions. Second one is the VSL. Okay, we talked about this. The call funnel. What does the call funnel do? It brings people to me. Okay, it brings people to me. If someone has, you know, $5, $10, $20,000, most of them my team, you know, I have people that are setters, I have people that are closers. They will take over. Now, what happens is during these challenges, I'll step in for a little bit and I'll say, hey, if someone is serious, then I'll personally take the call. Is that how I've been doing that? Yes. Why would I do that? Because look, I do these challenges, you know, once a year, once every 2 years, like this, in this manner. So it's okay for me to get on the phone, get to know Mahmoud. He just joined one of our VIP programs. Okay, again, I asked him. He's like, nah, he don't know who I am. Okay, he's much newer than George. Is like, yeah, I know you for 6 years. I've been getting your emails, blah blah blah. You know, Mahmoud is like, I don't even know who you are. But he's like, he connected with me on something, and he's like, okay, cool, I'm buying. So third one is what we call the automated webinar. Okay, auto webinar. This is a webinar. How many of you would like to sell courses online? So maybe say $500 to $1,000, $2,000. I recommend having anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 courses. Okay, $1,000 course, you need 3 of them, 3 measly sales a day to make basically 99, basically 100 grand a month, which is $1 million a year income. Okay, and you have, let me tell you this, you have enough experience, okay, enough expertise in your life that you can turn your experience, your passion, your expertise, your mistakes. Okay, some of you have made a lot of mistakes in life. Who's there? Now you need to take those mistakes and that mess and turn it into a profitable message that makes millions, because that's an asset. Do you get it? Because guess what? If you now made a mistake, okay, and you're in your 40s, okay, so let's just say you've made XYZ mistake, okay, I'm not gonna go into, but let's just say you made XYZ mistake. Now you start making a video or a auto webinar or even a call funnel. Okay, this is the first funnel that we teach our clients to do, and we give them the tools, resources, templates, fill in the blanks, you do this. Now you go in and you make this call funnel, and in the call funnel you say, oh, by the way, this is a mistake that I made. Someone who's in their maybe 20s, 30s, or 40s, they look at that and say, I don't want to make that mistake. I need to come and learn from this guy. Does that make sense? Okay. And you could teach almost anything based on your experience and expertise and have people pay you for it. Okay, because there's going to be someone out there that will resonate with your messaging. Does this make sense? Okay. However, if you start comparing yourself with other people, if you start, you know, thinking, okay, you don't have the confidence or you've never done this, then someone else is going to do what you're planning to do. And in about 1, 2, 3 years, you're going to think, oh man, I should have really launched that course. I should have launched that funnel. How many of you feel like that right now? Okay, I know, because my team have been saying they're all mainly stuck at whatever they're doing and they need a proven roadmap. This is what I'm giving you guys, okay? Now, to close this off, you have MSOC, multiple sources of conversions. Remember, this is your funnels, okay? This is the funnels. This is for those of you who are totally new. This is your shop. People are coming into your shop to buy stuff. MSOT, multiple sources of traffic, okay? You can have the best shop. You can be the best kept secret in the world. But if no one's coming, the traffic is the eyeballs, it's the visitors. This is the lifeblood of your business, okay? You can have the best product, you're the best person, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter if you can't get an abundance of traffic, okay? If you can't get lots of people coming in. If this is making sense, just raise your hand or give me a thumbs up. MSOC plus MSOT. Conversions plus traffic equals cash. Okay? One more thing that I'm going to add, just in case some of you are like a little bit more concerned. What is cash? Cash is money. Okay? Cash, money. What is money? Money is a byproduct, a reward that gets paid out to someone who solves a problem. If you make X amount of money, that means you solve X amount of problems. If you make no money right now, it means you don't solve no problem. Does that make sense? What we want to do is we want to solve problems at scale without sacrificing our soul, sacrificing our values, sacrificing our life. The way you do that is by leveraging technology. The most efficient, profitable, simplest way of leveraging this technology is one word: having the right funnels. Please with me, guys, ladies and gentlemen. This is why, to summarize, okay, write this down. To summarize, it's a lot of notes. Stage one, you gotta understand before, during, and after of your company, of your business, of your idea. Doesn't matter if you're making zero. I know people here that are making literally tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, okay? So we want to identify the who, the what. We want to identify the funnels. We want to identify the cost per acquisition and LTV. We want to identify what are the different traffic sources, the traffic formula, MSOT. We want to identify MSOC, multiple sources of conversions. And then to wrap it up, we want to include all of this in one funnel. And you start off with one funnel and you get yourself an additional $10,000, $30,000, even $50,000 a month. Maybe you're already doing something and it's working. Maybe you're getting a few customers here and there. Okay, most people that we've spoken to are making an average of, again, some people will make a lot more. You saw, one of the clients here, she just left a $1 million business, but most people, it would be anywhere from, say, let's just say under $30,000 a month, okay? The thing that's going to help you scale is going to be having the right funnels. How many of you really enjoyed this? By show of hands. Okay, I'd love for you guys, write this down, okay? Send me a video review or a written testimonial inside of the Facebook group, okay? And we're gonna select a handful of people that have given us great reviews, and we're gonna be giving away some cool prizes, okay? I'm gonna announce it in the Facebook group in the next few days. You need to stay tuned for the Facebook group. What else? To wrap this up, we are going to, again, I'm going to be doing a bonus training session for the next few days. Okay, so from Monday to Thursday, 4 days from 3 p.m. onwards, okay, 3 p.m. UK time. We'll send out an email so that you can basically get cracking on with this. But I wanted to go through maybe a few more things in terms of taking your business to the next level, okay? Especially, so some of you have asked, Shaq, what are the different things that you can help us with? And I'm going to spend a few minutes going over this right now so that I can show you guys what's available. Is that cool with you guys? Okay, cool. So some people have asked, Shaq, how do we go to the next level? Okay, how do we go to 6 or 7 figures? Now, for most people, okay, it's going to be this program, which is we're going to show you how to launch your own high ticket offer. Okay, what is a high ticket offer? Yeah. A high ticket offer is essentially anything that you can sell from $3,000 to $25,000. Okay? Now, if you're like, man, I want to launch how many of you want to launch your own courses, coaching, consulting, by show of hands? Okay, so keep this in mind. This is the program that's in for you. If you purchase this program, you qualify for it and you go through basically my team, they select you for this program. We're going to include, okay, we're going to include the marketing and mentorship with myself. We're also going to include this one, which is how to launch your own high ticket agency and have someone else deliver all the work. How many of you would like to launch a agency and have all the work outsourced? Raise your hand. Let me see. Come close to the camera. Okay. Would you, when you get this program, we include the agency program and the affiliate program included. Okay. Some of you, I know you're affiliates. You know, you don't want to use your face, you don't want to use your name, you just want to be behind the scenes, send traffic, make $2,000-$3,000 commission per sale. I got you covered. Okay. In my past life, so to speak, I was a super affiliate. Okay, so I understand, you know, what it means to do affiliate marketing. All right. So what do you get with the funnels agency in a box? These are just some of the things that you get covered. Okay, I don't want to kind of go through every single thing because you know, there's a lot. But essentially, agency model structure. So George, what is the perfect agency model structure? So I'll give you an example. Ismail, you charge $16,000. And then how much percentage of ad spend? 15%. So he charges, write this down, guys. He charges $16,000 or $6,000 a month plus 15% ad spend. How much is 15% of ad spend with the current client? It's around, so from day one, he's going to be making $2,000 a month recurring income. Do you understand what that means? Okay. Wake up each month, as long as the client is paying each month an extra $2,000 richer. By the way, that's including on top of the actual management fee. So some people will do this model, George. Okay. So as I'm talking to George, I want all of you to kind of understand and make notes of this. Okay. They will show you the top money niches, agency offer research, client proposals, and contracts. Remember, I talked about, you know, what do you say to a client to get them to give you money? And by the way, I will show you some clients, like for example, in my business, some clients, especially when they're like small business owners, they're like a doctor or, you know, they've got some sort of clinic or whatever, they'll ask me, hey, can you write me a proposal? So I'm going to include my proven proposals in this program. Getting to your first 10 testimonials, setting up your OSS, blah, 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 and then productizing your service delivery. So how do you sell a service and then have the whole thing outsourced, even if you don't know how to do Facebook ads, right? This guy here does not know how to do TikTok ads, okay? But he's paying someone to run all of the TikTok ads, okay? Advertising insights, delegate and replace. So what else do you get? The templates, the docs, the cheat sheets. So all of the you know, contracts, every single thing that's required. How do you hire VAs that can get this done? What are the different outcomes? What are the different pricing? Are you going to do revenue share or do you just want to charge people up front? Every single thing that's required for your agency, this gets covered. An online community, so you're going to be part of a private Facebook community, online access. You're going to get 4 live Q&A calls. Okay, so we do anywhere from 3 to 5 calls a week. Okay, so how many times have you bought something and you didn't get the right support? Anyone? Okay. You're like, man, I bought this, I tried this, but I'm kind of scared. Well, guess what? Like I said, I wanted to create a no-fail system where, hey, day one, Mondays, we go through funnels and offers. Tuesdays, we'll do traffic Tuesdays. We'll cover Facebook ads, YouTube ads, whatever. Okay. Maybe we'll give you one day off, or maybe we won't. Okay, I'm kidding. Okay, we'll cover sales calls, how to close people for $10,000 programs, even if you've never sold something, or even if you hate selling, how do you outsource all of your sales? Tech support. I talked about, we're going to add a new one, which is not even listed here, social media marketing, with my right-hand creative director of funnels.com. Me and him, we're going to be charging clients anywhere from $20,000, okay, up to $50,000 for some of these videos that we're going to create. Okay, this is a little bit more advanced, like documentary style videos. But he's going to be the one, by the way, he's going to be teaching you how to create effective videos. Okay. And you can outsource the video creation and whatnot. Okay. The last one, which is I'm really excited about this one. Okay. How many of you would love to partner up and position yourself as a funnels consultant with my company? By a show of hands. Think about this. Okay. Imagine now, you know, everyone knows about funnels. Look how big this whole industry has become, thanks to ClickFunnels, thanks to all these other companies like Groove Funnels and whatnot. Imagine now Mahmoud goes to a business owner and is like, hey, I'm certified as a funnel certification consultant. A funnel certified consultant, you know, you show your little certificate on your website, we'll give you a little badge, you put that on. Do you think you can charge a higher price for your services? Absolutely. Okay. So you're going to get a partnership program with the funnels agency. Okay. So my own funnels agency. Okay. So you get also 6 month, 6 to 7 figure blueprint launch program going through. Okay. Again, we have a community of people that will hold you accountable. As you can see, these are some of our students from all over. Okay. Scroll down, live calls every week, people sharing the results. These are just like testimonial stuff, but this is how the program works. And I'm just going to show you guys a little, posted a picture today, but I'll just show you the step-by-step plan. So I covered funnels agency, and I'm going to just cover this one. Okay. So this is basically the high ticket offer. So if you wanted to sell, you know, courses and coaching and high level consulting, this is the step-by-step program that I created. Okay. The reason why I created this, I hired one of my main client success directors who's been with me for about 7-8 years, came in and literally every single thing. So think about this, right? Like you're coming in, you just invested in this. You want to learn how do you make 6 figures, 7 figures. Starts with developing the right millionaire mindset, the tools, how do you shift your thinking? Okay. Then I created this and then the done for you funnel setup. So imagine like you stay aside, me and my team just build you a proven done for you funnel. So all of your tech stuff gets taken care of. Is this powerful stuff? Yes. Next is the AMO framework. AMO stands for audience, message, and your mafia offer. Okay. If you don't have a mafia offer and your competitor does, he or she will get the money and not you. Okay. If your business is like, hey, I just do XYZ, I help people lose weight. Sorry, but that's lame. I help people get ripped whilst working out 3 times a week with no gym equipment. What is that? You guys see where I'm going with this? Okay. First one is lame. I help people lose weight. Second one is like, wow. One of my friends here in the UK, he makes really good money, has a great lifestyle. You know, he's a proper 6-pack training guy. He does training, right? His tagline is very simple. Basically, I help overworked CEOs and busy professionals get into shape, right? And so not just get into shape, like basically get ripped. Okay, so we want to identify what is yours. Next one is I created something called a story asset stack. 15 types of content you can copy paste model for instant authority, conversions, and effortless selling. How many of you would like to do the work once and then for the rest of the year, just chill the heck out? Anyone? Okay. How many of you feel like, man, if I get on Facebook, it's a drain because I get sucked into seeing what everyone else does. I get imposter syndrome, comparisonitis. I'm like, I don't like it. I hate social media, but I know that's where my clients are at. How many of you feel like that? Okay. By the way, I go through this phase. Today, I go on, I don't usually get on, but I have to get on to see you guys. And I saw one guy and he's got 3, not one. Okay. One of my dream cars is basically it's called a Bugatti. Okay. How many of you know what a Bugatti is? Okay. Basically, it's like the stupid ass car. It's like 3-4 million pounds. All these top entrepreneurs that I know, they have it. So I'm like, I got to get one. Okay. So I have it. I have a picture of it on my vision board and all of that. This guy today, okay, posts 3 of his Bugattis. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, oh man. And instantly I could find myself, I know that I'm jealous or I have any animosity or anything, but I'm now thinking about cars when I actually just go onto Facebook to talk to you guys. Okay. Now, by the way, I know I'm not the only one. How many of you get distracted very quickly and easily? Okay, well, guess what? With the story asset stack system, this is what helps me and protects my time, energy, and focus. I do the work once, and then we just automate the posting. Okay, so I literally wrote this out, I think during pandemic or before the pandemic. It took a little bit of time, but it's every single story. You know, Kevin, what I was talking about, you take your stories and you turn them into assets and lessons. Boom, guess what? All of them are now. They're there, and I give you the actual formula. So you can literally model this. Once you do this, you don't have to be a slave to social media anymore. We go through perfect selling system. How do you sell to perfect premium clients? What's the word for word scripts that you can use? How do you outsource all of your sales? So some of you are like, yeah, I want to make high ticket money, but I don't want to get on the phone to sell because I want to deliver to my clients. Well, guess what? You're going to get the perfect selling system. Email marketing secrets, 7-day email sequence, 30-day email sequence, a 12-month sequence. And I literally include something like 300-400 emails. Okay, even this, organic audience, traffic building, then we go into Facebook ads, we go into YouTube training and whatnot. This is all part of the training program for launching your high ticket offer. Okay, if you are interested in this and you're like, oh my gosh, this is what I need. I want to, launch my own high ticket offer. I want to partner up with Shaq. I want to do this agency thing, or I want to do affiliate stuff. Go to funnels.com/VIP. Go and book your call today. So what's next is the training. You're going to get access to not just like online training, but behind the scenes in private masterminds. So when I do masterminds in the UK or in America, you're going to be able to get access to come and join me and my team. Okay. So sometimes I do them in my penthouse. Sometimes I do them in hotels. Literally, we have people from all over the world that come in from all different backgrounds, and you get intimate team coaching and support from me and my team. What else? Some people love live events. Okay. How many of you actually want to come to a live event? Okay. Learn in person. Implement in person. Okay. Me and my team, we've been doing events for a very, very long time, and I would love to meet you at one of my live events. Okay. So you get all of this, so that there's literally no way that you can fail, and it's almost like getting multiple businesses in a box in one shot. Okay, this is what makes it so different. Also, what happens if you miss a call? You have a full training archive, over 100+ hours of training. But this just goes beyond training, because we actually give you training, and then step-by-step tools and resources. Okay, so we do again. This is some of the copy and paste swipes that I use. When I do expert interviews, how many of you know this gentleman over here? Anyone know who this is? Okay, this is Jay Abraham. He's known as the $20 billion man. Okay, so when I do interviews, when I do masterminds, I will share with you all of the best stuff that I learn. Okay, and I belong to a multiple mastermind, so you guys will get access to this. All right, let me go through this, and essentially it comes down to this. Okay. It comes down to where are you at right now? Who can help you get there? Not how do you get there. When you start thinking about how you're going to get somewhere, that confusion, the overwhelm gets the best of you. So it's not how. It's who is going to help you get there. Okay. And by now, if the last 5 days has proven something, that one, hopefully you realize I actually care about your success, and I actually want you to succeed, because the more that you succeed, the better I can put you in my books, and my events, and my new program, just like some of the case studies that you saw today. Who is it that can help you? And by the way, if you're like, you know what, this guy is not for me, that's totally fine. Hey, just go find someone. Okay, if I'm not going to be the guy for you, totally cool. Find someone that can help you. Is that cool with you guys? Okay, but don't stay stuck. Don't stay stuck. Why? Because I meet people just like George. Okay, I met him a few years ago. 6 years he's been following me. Today he takes massive action. Literally pays for the whole program on a single credit card. I'm like, okay, man, you go for it. Right? So follow a mentor that is already where you want to be. Okay. Learn and leverage their experience. Okay. Avoiding the big mistakes, the pains. get faster results. Okay, and it really comes down to just two things. Should you do this alone, like you're doing right now? It's going to be slow, lots of mistakes. If you don't get to where you want to get to, and you waste time and waste money, that alone is like you're never going to get that time back. So if you don't want to waste money, if you don't want to make lots of mistakes, if you want a fast track and avoid the costly mistakes and painful stuff, let's do it together. Okay, it's faster, smarter, make less mistakes. It's significantly cheaper. I guarantee you, whatever you invest with us, it's significantly cheaper than you trying to do this on your own. Does that make sense? Okay. If at the most basic level, you just valued yourself, okay, at only $200 per day, okay, which is $6,000 a month. If you spend the next 6 months, think about this. If you spend the next 6 months and you're not there where you want to get to, most likely you're not going to get there by yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this call. At $200 a day, $6,000 a month. If you just waste another 6 months, that's $36,000 down the drain that you could have had more. Yes or no? And I can guarantee you it's significantly cheaper. Okay, so if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I really want this, okay, I need proper execution help, I need help from my mindset to the actions, these are some of the modules that we're going to go through. So basically, first one is setting proper expectations, personal development for exponential growth, defining your niche. Okay, if you're brand new, how do you define your niche? Craft your message and create your high ticket premium offer within your first 30 days or less. By the way, we actually do this in just one module. So in like 1 hour, we will help you do that. To get it really dialed in, it can take 2 to 4 weeks, okay? Developing your OSS, client attraction system. This is the second week timeline, okay? And then complete sales method defined. So some of you will want to get on the phone and do sales yourself. Some of you are like, man, I hate sitting. I don't want to touch a phone. That's fine. We'll show you how to hire setters and commission only salespeople. You don't need an office. This is remote sales staff that you can hire. And guess what? You only pay them after they've made you a sale. Is that powerful stuff? Okay, how many of you would like that? Most people think they have to do all the selling themselves. Who told you you need to do that? Okay, for probably about 5 or 6 years, I don't think I even touched a phone. Why? I had a whole team that did all the selling for me. So I will help you define the perfect sales system for you, okay? And then systemizing your process and creating systems for delivery and sales department so that you can scale, okay? I'll give you my SOPs, my scripts, word for word things. So you don't have to spend 6 months or 6 years figuring out. One of the scripts that we use in our business, one, I actually paid Russell Brunson like $25,000. He sent me the script, okay? I'm gonna give, how many of you would like that script? Yeah, so you get that script, okay? Second thing is, one of the scripts that we have that we're gonna give you access to has been time tested and proven with over 5,000 sales calls. So what, do you wanna spend the next 5 or 10 years of your life doing 5,000 sales calls? No, thank you. No one in the right mind wants to do that. We just give you the tools. And guess what? You can go hire someone in your family. You can hire someone that we recommend, commission only, give them the scripts, show them your product, and boom, now they can close and make sales for you, okay? Module 6, how to leverage teams, how to hire people, how to really go to 7 to 8 figure. Like, what does it take to go from 0 to 100K, but then 100K, 1 million to $10 million and beyond, okay? Essentially, this is what your next step is. If you'd like to work with us, funnels.com/VIP, funnels.com/VIP. We are going to close down enrollment probably in the next 1 to 2 days, okay? Or as soon as these spots get filled out, okay? 10 spots, I think we have like literally 10 spots. Go ahead right now, okay? I've shown you exactly what's inside. This is complete step-by-step program. So literally it's a no-fail program. As long as you focus, okay? 90 days starting and scaling your high ticket offer. I don't care if you're brand new or if you're already making 10, 20, $30,000 a month. This program is guaranteed to help you grow, okay? Done for you marketing guide funnels, done for you webinar funnel, done for you email funnel, the social media stuff, done for you setup, automated so that you don't even have to get on Instagram and Facebook, but your social media posts can work for you. Does this make sense? Okay, imagine having a system that's working for you, getting you the traffic, getting you the leads, getting you qualified calls and sales. Done for you tech setup, done for you lead generation setup. And I've included a handful of bonuses. Like I said, 1 day intensive, once a month, I'll bring on one of my expert friends and they'll teach you everything from podcasting, YouTube mastery, how to get your first 100,000 followers on Instagram, passive income intensive, even my own personal stuff like investing. You know, I go into crypto and Bitcoin when it was just a few $1,000s. Guess what I did? I told all of my, actually, I'll show you. I told all of these students here to go and buy Bitcoin. How many of you would have been happy if you bought Bitcoin at $3,000? Okay, it shot to nearly $70,000. Who cares if it came down to like $24,000? It's still up. Okay, where else do you make, you know, that sort of ROI? VIP Funnels Accelerator, done for you affiliate high ticket partnership, right? The agency offer, you get access to that. And I'm including two, not one, but two tickets to my next 3-day live event. Okay, I'm going to host the first one in London. I'm planning to do the second one in Chicago, and the third one in Dubai. Okay, I am going to be selling these tickets alone for at least $3,000 to $5,000. You will get access to 2 tickets at no extra cost, okay? Just for enrolling in this program right now. So come over to this page. I've literally broken down every single thing, like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9, week 12. Okay, if we go, next level bonus is updated. But the whole goal is how do you get your first 5 or your next 5 to 25 paying clients? Okay, in just 12 weeks. Go ahead right now. And again, this is what your 12-part privilege mentorship looks like. It's a 12-week accelerator immersion done with you virtual intensive. We help you start up and scale up your business with high-ticket automated funnels. We give you the templates, the tools, step-by-step video training. And when you get stuck, we're there, live Q&A, okay? We have people that are just starting out. We have people that are making 7 figures. I got one guy that's making on track to doing $1.5 million this month. I got another guy who's done $2 million in a single month. Okay, so it doesn't matter where you're starting from. You want to be in a room where everyone is getting smarter and richer together. How many of you agree? Okay, that's the key. If you're the smartest and you're the richest in your circle, trust me, that's a big problem. That's what keeps you stuck. So I want to give you the tools, templates, and systems to help you grow, okay? Again, why it exists is very simple. Right now, the current marketplace is filled with overnight gurus, and I've spent over a decade of my life. I spent $600,000 on my own mentorship, and I've condensed all of this stuff down to give you a step-by-step actionable plan to get cracking on, okay? So this is the entire step-by-step plan. The goal is to help you get going, not just like from mindset. We help you reinvent yourself again. You know, Rohini, who said she lost a past business. Well, guess what? I'm going to show you how I've reinvented myself multiple times over. Okay, like literally in the last probably 2 years, I've reinvented myself. Okay, from everything from how I look. I mean, I didn't even have this beautiful beard. Okay, I didn't have some of these things. How I look, to how I act, how I talk. Every single thing, I've reinvested myself. Why? Because I realized, you know, this is the key to growing non-stop. Does this make sense? Okay. But what happens is, if you're the smartest and you're the richest amongst your friends and peers, you need to create a new circle. Okay. And then the funnel setup, all of this stuff, how to get your first 5 to 10 clients for free. Okay. Using the free traffic methodology, how to optimize your selling systems, the email marketing program, okay, getting automatic emails set up. So for example, imagine right now people come into your business. Most times people won't do business with you straight away. So that way you have automatic emails that do the follow-up for you. Does that make sense? Email marketing still outproduces any sort of direct-to-sale conversion. Email outperforms, write this down, social media marketing by 38 times. 38 times. So if you spend $1 on Facebook and you make $5 back, that's fine. But you can spend $1 on email marketing and 38x ROI. Think about this. George here, he's been following me for the last 6 years. Today, he decides to buy one of my most premium programs. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, permanently end all rejection and only deal with qualified people with cash. How many of you would love to have a business where you're not stuck with getting rejected all day long? This is the program. Yep. Okay, so mass traffic secrets that can scale without you, samurai sales system. And again, I included a few extra things here. And listen, the VIP program, even if you don't have a business idea, even if you're not a world famous expert, even if you're overwhelmed and you have no idea where to start, okay? Like Becca Barry here, how many of you, watched her story today? This lady came to me, she spent 2 years of her life, okay, by the way, she worked for NASA for 20 years. She's tried almost every single business model. I think Amazon, affiliate stuff, e-commerce, network marketing, setting up shops, pop-up stores in malls. Okay, her husband was like, what are you doing? She comes down to London. Okay, she spends by the way, she paid me 25K. She spent 2 days with me and my team. We don't do this anymore, but she basically spent 25 grand, 2 days in London, went to Central London Hotel, got a conference room. We built her business for the first month. There you go. Okay, I recorded this, by the way. There you go. This is like me, really young. So I helped her make 10 grand her first month, okay? And then by her 6th month, she made over $100,000. Is this powerful stuff? Okay, and then here's a few extra things I'm going to include with your purchase today if you qualify. Okay, book your call, funnels.com/VIP. You get access to my Platinum Vault, 10 years of all the courses that I've created, the entire digital marketing certification, 12 months access, online access, multiple live weekly calls. And again, like I said, you're going to get a one-on-one call, a coaching call with our VIP client director, personal skills and business idea assessment, guided research for getting high-ticket clients, step-by-step, fill in the blanks, offer creation. I mean, you can come in and read some of these things. It's absolutely insane. I've literally taken all of the best stuff that I have and put it all into just one program, okay? So total value, $75,000, okay? Launch price is $25,000 to $30,000. You could get started, literally save 50% by enrolling today. What's your next step? Go over here, click on this link, book your call. Book your call, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much for your time, energy, effort. Take action on this, and let's get you becoming one of our next success story.
Incredibly helpful, and it changed our life.
Hey, it's Jeremy Miner here. I am the chairman and founder of 7th Level. We're a global sales training company. When it comes to hiring people, we only hire premium people because we want the biggest result. Shaqir, my good friend now, is that person. Shaq is the man that we lean to for those type of skills and that type of knowledge and that type of work. Shaqir is the man. We just won, this big award up there from ClickFunnels, multiple 8-figure business last year in 2021, ranked one of the fastest growing companies in the United States by Inc. magazine. Last year, we were ranked number 1,232 of the top 5,000 fastest growing training companies. And we're actually ranked number 1 fastest sales training company. But a lot of that has to do with not just our fulfillment, what we do, our training, the results we get. The first part of that comes from our funnels and our online marketing and high ticket offers. And Shaq is the person that can help you get those type of results. So,
hi, Jeff Lerner here, and I want to take a minute to talk about my friend Shaqir Hussyin. So I've known Shaqir for like a decade. I've known him since he was 21, 22 years old. And what hasn't changed is that from the day I met Shaqir, he was on fire to become the best internet entrepreneur, not only that he could be, but I mean, literally one of the best in the world. He's like one of the best marketers in the world. He's gone on to create tens of millions of dollars. We've stayed in touch. We've stayed connected. We've learned from each other's trainings along the way. And some of those brilliant marketing insights that I've been exposed to in my over a decade-long career on the internet have come from tuning into Shaqir Hussein's training. This is a guy who's produced tens of millions of dollars in online sales. He is he was on fire, and he's still on fire. And what I've seen is not only that he's created massive results for himself, but that he is passionate about paying it forward and helping other people. And that, I think, now is what he does as well as anything and as well as anyone. So if you're watching this and you're evaluating Shaqir as a possibility for a mentor or a connection in your life, I cannot give a more wholehearted endorsement to say, absolutely take action. The guy is a rock star and you're in great hands.
So basically, I met Shaq a year ago, and my business was doing 6 figures a month. And man, it's been a journey. So basically, when I met you, we were doing like 120 grand a month, and it was good to get your advice and perspective and on what I needed to do next, which was to build out the product path. And man, I just got to work, and honestly, it's that one thing has made the difference. And last month was 425K. The month before was 413. We're on to do a $1.2 million quarter. And man, like I took action on it right away, because honestly, you have to take action if you want results, right? So,
hey, what's going on? Zach Crawford here, and I wanted to shoot a quick shout out and testimonial for my mentor, Shaqir Hussyin. I've been following the guy for over 10 years, and I always loved his emails. I watched him grow from like industry to industry, no matter what he went into. He was always on the cutting edge of things. So I knew Shaqir was the man to help me to get to where I want to be, right? So we spend roughly a month going back and forth, like talking, strategizing the new offer that I had in my head. He helped me to basically create everything, map out how exactly I should position it, what price points, you name it, the whole 9 yards. So after 30 days, I have the plan in my head. I know what I should do. I get to work. Literally 2 weeks later, I make $150,000. And now we're finishing up the month and I'm crossing over $190,000. So here's the thing, right? Not only has he helped me to build a business that's massively scalable now, and we're just getting started. I literally now see this is going to do 10 million plus a year because he's helping me put all the systems in place. And literally within just 60 days, we're already, making massive momentum and we're just getting started. The big thing for me is not the money. It's like he's helped me to overcome so many mental blocks that I had that kept me stuck. I'm talking about even just things of being frustrated in my own personal life, and just like sharing some of these things with me, these lessons, it was like, my mind was blown, right? Completely blasted these thoughts right out of my mind, opened up my full potential to believe in myself of what's possible. And now it's like I see the world as literally my oyster. And so I can't even begin to thank you, Shaqir, for everything you've done for me, man. Like, we've only been working together for like 2 months. This is just absolutely insane to me. I'm literally so excited every day to get out of bed. I'm working with cool customers. I'm building an amazing team that's all pumped up and inspired. I've just never been at a point in my life where I'm so excited for my future. And I can't even begin to put in words how thankful I am to you for everything you've done for me. I'm super, super excited to see where we're going with the next year. And, my personal advice is, if you're somebody watching this testimonial and you're on the fence, Shaqir is the real deal. I've been in this industry for over 10 years. I've invested over $250,000 in my marketing education. So I've seen my fair share of the jokers and the people that really deliver. And I can tell you, literally on the very first call I got on the phone with Shaqir, I knew right instantly, this is the guy. He knows what he's talking about. Come on, look, he made 30 million by 30. I think the results are there. He knows what he's doing. I can't even recommend him enough. So Shaqir, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, man. You truly are a game changer for me. You'll always have a place in my heart, moving forward.
Hello, my name is Mark Burness, founder of We Build Tribes and 2 times 2 Comma Club Award winner. Now, when I won those 2 Comma Club Awards, I was inundated, Instagram, Facebook, email, by gurus and authorities that, because I'd made money, wanted to help me to take it to that next level. I didn't know who to trust until I met Shaqir Hussyin. I hired Shaqir, and the first thing that he did was to go through my business to help me to save money. And then he showed me how to make more money up front. As a multiple 7-figure business owner, I was used to making money in my business, but not money in the bank up front. Just this week, Shaqir, through his work, helped me to make $107,000 cash in the bank up front. And that's something that I've never experienced before, all thanks to Shaq. So if you're looking for a mentor to take you from where you're at now to a whole new level, you've hit 7 figures, you want to go higher, hire Shaq. I can't recommend him enough. And I will be staying and working with Shaq for a lifetime.
I've been an entrepreneur most of my life, so I've been in 7 or 8 different businesses. My wife's been in the corporate world for 20 years. I've started 8 businesses in my lifetime, and this is the only one I've ever started where we saw a sale within 72 hours of setting it up. So that's how powerful it is. We had our first $1,000 day yesterday, which was a yeah. And for the last 2 weeks, we've been making consistently an average of about 750 a day.
We decided to invest in ourselves and actually learn directly from Shaqir and got mentorship from Shaqir. So Chris and I have managed to create 6-figure months in less than 18 months.
So I've literally just joined Shaqir's VIP Inner Circle Mastermind 10 days ago. 10 days in, I've just closed my first client for $10,000. I've been through every single online course you've probably been hit with online gurus and stuff, and Shaqir is not like that at all. He's real, he's raw, and he is honest, and he will tell you when you need to kick at your backside. It's just phenomenal. Mind blowing. I'm so happy and I'm buzzing. It's literally life changing.
What is going on, you guys? Hey, it is Neil Anderson here. I've been working with Shaqir for a little bit here, and there's 2 things I want to tell you about my experience with Shaqir and funnels.com. Number 1, results, okay? When I came to Shaqir, I had a funnel that was converting. I had a business that was going. And I'll tell you, the first call I ever had with him, we screen share, we pull up my funnel, and immediately he jumps right into working mode. I mean, he's like, see this, see this, see this, click this, delete this, move this up, and if you do that, conversions will go up. Well, folks, I'm here to tell you the very next day, that funnel doubled to tripled the conversions. I mean, this guy's like a wizard. He knew exactly where to put things, what to delete, what to move. And I mean, he told me all this in like 5 minutes. All right. I trusted him. I knew he was the best. And I got the results I was looking for, way beyond what I was looking for. And what I was most impressed on, and I really feel qualified to talk about this because I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on consultants to help me with my business over the last few years. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that nobody cares about their clients more than Shaqir. I mean, I'm serious. I was blown away. The first week I started working with him, he's texting me going, did you do this yet? What's the results? I want to know. We got to tweak this. Let's get you better results. And I'm like, whoa, this guy's following up with me. This guy's kicking my butt. Like, this is amazing. And I just was blown away on how much he cares. I didn't feel like it was somebody that I hired to help me with my business. I felt like he became a legitimate partner, and he was just as interested and just as hungry to get me the success that I was looking for as I am. So I'm just going to tell you right now, I just want to pop on screen real quick. If you're looking for results, if you want the best results, you go to the best, and Shaqir's the best. If you want somebody that cares about your success, I mean, truly, which is so rare in our industry, for somebody that actually cares about their clients and will go above and beyond for them, I'm telling you right now, you need to hire Shaqir. You need to hire funnels.com. You will not regret it. Do it. Do it now. Don't do it tomorrow. Don't do it the next day. Do it today. And I'm telling you, it'll be a game changer.
He's quickly become one of the biggest leaders in this industry, and he's a phenomenal teacher who really, really cares about his students and the people that he works with, which is why I decided to come and speak to his students. I've actually only spoken 3 times in my entire career, and never for a single dime in any kind of payment. I really just come do it for the people that I've been able to help, who are now helping folks like you, and Shaqir is one of those people. So I can't recommend him enough. He's a fantastic teacher. You can't go wrong, and thanks so much.
For my good friend and mentor, Mr. Shaqir Hussyin. Since following his training, I've been able to go on and bank over $10 million in sales, which has been able to give me the life that I've always dreamed of. So on that note, because the sun's out, I'm just about to jump in my swimming pool here. I hope you have a great day, and listen and follow to everything that Shaq has got to say, because believe me, it will change your life just like it has done mine.
Shaqir has been one of the best business decisions I've ever made that really helped take my business to the next level. And so when I first started out in this industry, I really started from scratch, from nothing. And that's actually also when I first got to know Shaqir, right? So he's been seeing me from day one. He saw how clueless I was. Despite the fact that, I did not know anything, I was really lucky to be able to realize since the early days that to be successful, to fast track your success, You need to go and find someone who already got the results that you want, and go and hire them as your coach, as your mentor, to help you get to that stage, to help you achieve the goal and the dreams that you love. Why Shaqir? Out of all like the people in this world, out of all the like successful people out there, why Shaqir? Well, simply because I just really resonate with him. He's a really great guy, and most importantly, he walks the talks, right? What it means is that every time he teaches you something, it's something that he actually did. It's not something that he read from the books or from like the internet. It's something that he has actually tried and it worked.
I'm Dr. Jenny Tefankian, naturopathic physician, primary care doctor in the state of Oregon. When I met Shaqir, I'd already spent an insane, embarrassing amount of money on other online programs, which had been great, but hadn't got me to where I needed to be in my business. But what I can tell you that I've gotten out of working with Shaqir that I didn't get with working with anybody else are two really important things. He's allowed me to learn how to move faster in my business. Shaqir has incredible intelligence and energy and momentum in his business, and he's making mistakes all the time. And he's learning for those, and he course corrects really fast. He shares each one of these processes with us in the program. So I've been able to have that insider bird's eye view of how it is that you move fast to grow your company, which has been really incredible because as a physician, we're trained to go a little bit slower, right? We're trained to really think about things. You don't want to make mistakes, but actually you want to fail forward when you're talking about business. And I've learned that from Shaqir. It's fun being in his program. I've met amazing people. It's like being part of an incredible mastermind. The men and the women that I've connected with all around the world, I know are my buddies. We're there to support each other. We're cheer each other on, and we're there to make the connections that need to be made when it's time to make them. Shaqir has an absolute heart of gold. I've never felt more supported by anybody in any program. And I've worked with some of the best. He believes in us. He wants us to succeed. He knows who you are, and he really cares. Again, he's made enough money that he could sit on an island and just drink tea for the rest of his life. But he's here doing this work because he has a mission, and his mission is to support us in our mission. I highly recommend you work with Shaqir. It's going to be an incredible experience for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.
So basically, I attended Shaqir Hussein's, online prosperity workshop, and I was into his e-commerce program. And he went through the program with me. It was awesome support, and I've gone on to able to generate over $650,000 US in sales in the past 1 year by working with Shaqir Hussein. So it's really important to invest in yourself, get a mentor, and once you do these things, financial stability is really possible. So I can show you the results right over here. Right, $642,000 in sales on my Shopify store. It's awesome.
Hi, Becca Berry here. I'm from Houston, Texas, and for the last 15 years, I worked as a subcontractor to NASA. I was a business strategist, and I worked some really cool programs. I loved my job, but in 2013, NASA downsized, and a lot of the contractor workforce lost their jobs. I was one of them. I was devastated. I was embarrassed. I thought I was a valuable team asset, and I thought I was irreplaceable. I was tired of working to unrealistic deadlines. I was tired of making a lot of money for my bosses while I was struggling to get 3% raises. And I just wanted to do something different. I wanted a professional business, something that I could be proud of. This was what I was looking for. He talked about running a business. He talked about metrics. He talked about the things you need to measure to make sure you're making profits. He talked about how to do the job. He talked about the training available to teach me how to do the job. The most important thing to me is, unlike physical products with low profit margins, it offers high profit margin products. So I can make one sale and be good for the month. In my first month, I was able to make $10,000. By month 6, I was making 6 figures. I've gotten to travel to London twice, to Costa Rica, now to Cancun, Mexico, and I'm going to the Bahamas at the end of the year. It's been a dream come true for me because it's made so much possible. It's given me financial freedom, time freedom, and just the freedom to enjoy my family without the pressure of worrying about my next paycheck.
Hey, what's going on? I just want to leave this short video testimonial from my good friend Shaqir. Working with him, we have grown our coaching business so quickly and so efficiently like I never thought so before. I've had a lot of these coaches and consultants as my clients, and I've had a lot of them as my mentors, and I can speak to Shaqir and his team being up there with the very best. When I made the decision to work with him, it was a no-brainer, and I'm forever grateful for making that decision. Whatever it is that you need, whether it's frameworks, whether it's systems, processes, mindset, whatever it is him and his team give you, they give you absolutely every single tool that you need to succeed. I'm personally extremely proud to call Shaqir my mentor, but most importantly, I am extremely proud to call him my friend. And I look forward to continuing to grow our coaching business with him and his team. And I also look forward to maybe one day setting up businesses with Shaqir. But guys, if you're watching this video and you're on the fence, bet on yourself, because Shaqir will give you the roadmap to success. If you put in the action and you're ready for somebody who will give you the keys to unlocking your future, Shaqir is the guy. Don't sleep on this. Get in on his programs because it's truly unique, guys. So hopefully this helps you sway your attention towards Shaqir, and yeah, you'll never regret it. So Shaqir, I love you, man. I'm always here for you. Thank you so much.
The reason I wanted to record this with you right now is I wanted to share with you something that I realized just a few days ago. I remember attending one of Shaq's events, sitting in the audience, and there was someone on stage, one of his team, delivering a presentation on how to run Facebook. And he shared one of the ads that they were running on Facebook very, very profitably. So I went back home, I took the very same ad, adapted it to my product and my market, and started running it. And then, so I looked up the stats, and it turns out that that very specific ad copy, which we had run as our winning ad for over 9 months, and which we are still running, had made in excess of $225,000. What Shaqir shares, what his team share, really delivers the results. So as a result of that, I've now started working a lot closer with Shaqir, specifically in getting mentoring from him. Why? Shaqir and his team, they have got the results. They don't just tell you what you should do, right? They tell you, well, out of the 10 different options that you have. So I look forward to reporting back on progress. I'm so excited. It's going to be an amazing journey. It has been so far. It has been a very profitable journey. And most importantly, I'd like to say, Shaqir, thank you so much. It's not just about the money. It's about making a difference, and you definitely made a difference.
Hey guys, John Chow here from johnchow.com. I want to send a shout out to Shaqir Hussyin. This guy, 25 years old, has built 3 multi-million-dollar businesses. He's somebody you want to learn from. I've met him numerous times at various masterminds, and every time I meet him, I've always learned something new. So if you have a chance to go see him, go learn from him, do not hesitate, just do it.
Hello, my name's Paula Morrison, and I'd just like to give a quick shout out for my friend and mentor, Shaqir Hussyin. I've been associated with Shaqir for over 12 months now, and in that time I've made well over $30,000. My best month so far is $9,500, and I'm aiming to top that pretty soon. All I can say to you is stick with Shaqir, and you're in for a wonderful ride.
I just wanted to shoot this video for gratitude for Shaqir. Shaqir's been a key to my success. He took me and explained to me what paid traffic was, and just that little change from trying to do everything for free and all the free methods that I was being taught to doing paid just changed everything, and it's taken me to over 8 figures in sales just on 5 years now. So I'm forever grateful for him. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
First met Shaqir Hussyin at Dominican Republic in 2015, and later on that year I eventually sought him out to be my very first mentor. Ever since, I've struggled online for roughly 2 years. I've lost probably close to $70,000, but I never gave up, and that's something I want to tell all of you. Never give up, because now in 4 months on transforming my business using LinkedIn, made over $20,000 in sales for consulting in copywriting and Facebook. Now I have 2 pending contracts with very large B2B companies, at $500,000 in sales. So I get a 12% commission if they buy. So those are two pending commissions that I have had happen just recently. And as well, I built my connections to over 7,600 on LinkedIn. And in my very first 30 days, I made $4,600 in consulting. So if I have to recommend anybody for you to work with, it would be Shaqir Hussyin. And I really hope you get inspired to never give up and to follow your dreams. Thank you.
Get involved with Shaq, and that was one of the best decisions that we've ever made for our online business, because since we did that, apart from the amazing events that Shaq has kind of invited us to, and where we've gone and where we've flown all over the world because of Shaq and because of the events and the people that he knows and the networking, and we've made, like, since we've just started going to the events that Shaq puts on, we've made over about $220,000.
Yeah, about $220,000.
$220,000.
Having taken on board what Shaqir did and what he taught me, I completely changed the way that I work. My closure rate, where it was at 22%, it's now at 85%. So that has made a massive difference to my business. That has meant that I've been able to give my son Harry, who's just left college with a great set of A-level results, a business. And he runs this business for us on the side. And that is bringing us in, over the last 4 months, it's brought us in $60,000. So not an insignificant amount of money, yeah. And it's something that my 19-year-old son has picked up and run with. I understand exactly how it works. It's something I wanted to give him so that he had something to work with himself. I love the business. I think it's amazing. And if you guys are sitting there, guys and girls are sitting there thinking, can we do it? Absolutely. You do not need any special skills. You do not need to be techie. You do not need to be a guru. You just need to be able to help people and educate people. Okay? You need to have those values that you want to make a difference. And you need to have the right mindset, because becoming a multi-millionaire is bloody hard work. You'll get out of this business what you put in it. Do not think it is get rich quick. It absolutely isn't. But what it will do, it will give you choices, because this kind of business will enable you to work anywhere in the world in the time that you want to. So you no longer have to spend 60 hours a week jumping on the train and working in the city, or working in that factory, or sweeping the streets, or delivering milk or newspapers in the cold. Yeah, you choose. So you work where you like, you work when you like, and you write your own paycheck.
First of all, I'd like to say a big thanks to Shaqir. I've been able to generate hundreds and, just over six figures online at the young age of 15. And I'm super excited to be able to do that. But I would have never been able to do this because 2 years ago, I was clueless about online marketing. If 2 years ago you told me that I was going to go on to make six figures online and be able to help hundreds of people, start succeeding online, I would call you crazy. What has it been like with Shaqir mentoring me? Well, the best way to explain this is, number one, you need one thing, one simple thing. It's a mentor. Why? Because a mentor is like a GPS. You know your starting location and you know your final location, and a mentor is like a GPS because it tells you the right twists and turns to make to get to your final location. He's taught me so much and really opened up my mind. I believe that everyone has like this spring of potential inside them, and it takes having the right person, working with the right person,